Good evening, everyone. Hello and welcome along to the Sports Corner Live. We are back once again for another Champions League night of action. Yesterday, we saw 7 goals between 2 games, including an Mbappe hat-trick. Are we going to see those types of goals and dramatic moments again? We will have to find out tonight as we have another 2 games in the UCL round of 16 to come. If you're new to stream, as always, don't forget to leave a like and a subscription, whether you're watching this live on the replay or if you're watching it right now on the channel as we currently speak. We're pushing towards 1,900 subscribers, so your support is massively, massively appreciated. Now, as I said a moment ago, we've got 2 big games coming up tonight. One of those games is Porto taking on Juventus, which we'll speak about in a little moment's time. We've also got Sevilla taking on Dortmund. And it's not just me tonight on my own. We've also got a very, very special guest. And he is the Dortmund connoisseur. He knows his Bellingham's from his Rainers. It's Rowan. How are we doing, buddy?
I'm doing very good, pal. How are you?
I'm looking forward to these games tonight. And, of course, as a big Dortmund fan, Rowan, looking forward to your game.
It's a mixed emotions. It's a mixed pot. Because it is Dortmund, and I'll always love them. But it's Sevilla, and I fell in love with them last year. Like, obviously, with all the Europa League, all the watchalongs we did last year, Sevilla were the one that I always did a watchalong for. Obviously, they're a bit of a different side now. Not massively, but just a little bit. But I think it's going to be a very, very fun game against 2 sides who are not favourites for the tournament, but can always be a dark horse, pick a win out of nowhere.
The thing is, as you said, you never know with these 2 teams. Very interesting over the last couple of years, those 2 sides, Sevilla and Dortmund, which, of course, we'll talk about in a little moment because we've also got another game coming up tonight. I'm going to be watching maybe the less desirable match of all of the round of 16 games, but I'm actually quite looking forward to this one. Porto taking on Juventus tonight, the Liga NOS champions against the Scudetto winners. These are 2 teams that have got quite, not necessarily history against each other, but they've got a lot of history in terms of the trophies that they've picked up over the last couple of years and decades. These are 2 very historic sides in the UCL. So we'll talk about that in a little moment. But Reese is in the stream. How are you doing, buddy? Hope you're all good. He says, yo, yo, yo. And then Daz is in the stream. He says, evening, Josh. Evening, Rowan. How are you doing tonight? I'll let you start. How are you, Rowan?
I'm doing good. I'm tired. It's been a hectic day, but we're here. It's something I've been looking forward for tonight. I've got snack food coming, but it's just going to be a very fun evening, I think. I think Juventus Porto have a lot of goals in it.
Do you think? Because I look at it...
I think for one side, but...
Yeah, maybe I think it's one of those games where we'll look at the lineups in a second and give you guys a chance to kind of think about what's going to happen. But I look at it and I think it's not going to be as easy as Juventus think. You know, we saw yesterday Barcelona playing their own ground against PSG. Now, that's a completely different match, of course, 2 big sides, but 4-1, Rowan. I know you didn't really get to... Did you get to see much of the game?
Not really, no, because obviously BT and etc. But I saw that Mbappe ran wild, and he just proves his quality, doesn't it, when he's spanking Barcelona. It's embarrassing.
Exactly. And a hat-trick as well, you know, taking the match ball home. It's bonkers, isn't it? It's crazy.
Unreal, absolutely. Against Barca, I know, obviously, they didn't have the best tournament last time, but oof. It's not looking good, is it? No, sorry. Apologies. Not food. I'm starving, but no, it's not food. I think it's going to be a very embarrassing second leg for Barcelona.
Yeah, it's looking like a tough one indeed. Of course, 4-1 down already. We'll have a look at those lineups, as I said, in the second kickoff at 8 o'clock tonight, which is in about 4 minutes' time. Daz, of course, has also put City-Everton tonight as well. I think City will get beat by Everton tonight. Massive game. Wow. In the Premier League, which no doubt we'll keep an eye out on the score there because that should be a very good game. And then Cal's put, think his first comments disappeared. I couldn't see it, Cal, in the end. But he's put, hello all again. How are we tonight?
I think, as we said for Daz, it's either going to be a great goal scoring thing or it might just be a 0-0 all around.
Yeah, potentially. Hopefully not, because I've got a bet on again for both teams in these 2 games to score in both halves. So
I haven't checked my bet.
A nice couple £100 through with both teams scoring both halves tonight.
I've had to back Dortmund for my bet today, but I don't know whether it's not come off because of the previous results. But I had to back Dortmund today.
We say nothing worse than a bet dying before it's even properly started. Should we have a look at the lineups? Because we've got about 4 minutes till kick-off. Let's get that on your screen. There we go. Porto, Juventus, Sevilla, Dortmund. Let's start off with the Porto side, of course, coming up against Juventus tonight. 4-4-2 for the Portuguese champions. Agustin Marquesin, the Argentinian goalkeeper, he's in goal tonight. A back four that consists of Zadou Sanusi as the left back. And who'd have thought this for a pairing? Chancellor Mbemba, former Newcastle man, alongside Pepe, former Real Madrid player. Who'd have thought that would have ever happened in Mbemba's career? They're the two at the back tonight, alongside Portuguese fullback Wilson Manafa. Midfield four, Otavio, the Brazilian, is on the left-hand side with Jesus Corona, or Tecatito, as he's known on the back of his shirt. He's on the right-hand side, probably Porto's best player on the pitch. And in midfield, quite arguably another one of their best players, Sergio Oliveira, the midfielder, brilliant player on his day. He's alongside the Colombian Matias Uribe. And then up top is a front two tonight. Mehdi Taremi, if Kale's in the chat, he'll be loving him, of course, Iranian striker. He's alongside the submarine machine, Marusa Marega. Wonder if he can maybe get some goals tonight. And then you can see on the right-hand side, lots of recognisable players on the bench, including Liverpool player Marco Grujic, West Ham loanee Felipe Anderson, and Chelsea loanee Malang Sarr. So maybe we could see a few of those come on tonight, of course. 5 substitutes available. And then the Juventus side, they're also matching them up formation-wise with a 4-4-2. Szczesny is in goal, back four of Alex Sandro, Giorgio Chiellini, Matthias de Ligt, and former Porto man Danilo, couldn't say his name then. Alex Sandro, of course, another one of those Porto former players. Midfield four, Federico Chiesa and Weston McKennie on the left and the right-hand sides. With Adrian Rabiot and Rodrigo Bentancur in the middle. And then up top, I did put Kulusevski. I've got an awful tendency to write names horribly wrong in desperation. It's not Dejan Kulusevski, it's Dejan Kulusevski. He's alongside Cristiano Ronaldo tonight. And then once again, a very stacked bench for Juventus tonight. They've got Ramsey, Morata, Dybala, Bonucci, Bernardeschi, Buffon, just to name some of the bigger players that could come on and make a difference in those games. Let's take a look very quickly at the Sevilla side. Sevilla taking on Dortmund. 4-3-3 tonight for the Europa League winners last season. Bunau is in goal. Back four of Escudero, Diego Carlos, Jules Koundé, and Jesus Navas. Midfield three, former Barca man Rakitic, alongside Fernando and Joan Jordan. And then up top, quite a different front three to what we've seen. Alejandro Gomez, the new January signing from Atalanta. He's alongside Yusuf En-Nesyri up top. And on the right-hand side is Suso. And then the Dortmund team, 4-3-2-1 for the German side. Marwin Hitz is in goal. Roman Berke coming out with an injury. He should be back hopefully fairly soon. Back four, Rafael Guerrero, Mats Hummels, Akanji. And Roman was delighted about this one. Dortmund playing a right-back today. Matthew Mori, former Sevilla man, of course. Midfield three of Jude Bellingham, Emre Can, and Mahmoud Dahoud. And then technically you could class it as a 4-3-3. It is technically 4-3-2-1 at times. Marco Reus on the right, Jadon Sancho on the left, and Haaland up top. Rowan, as I said before, Dortmund actually playing a right back tonight.
Thanks, F. If you watched our half-two watch-along, I was just very peed off that he was trying to play Chan at right back. Mauri was on the bench, Paslak was on the bench. I'm glad that he's finally gone with Mauri on the bench. Actually starting. This is where he has an absolute stinker, but this Sevilla side, they're coming off a Europa League win. This is their first time in like a couple of years that they've got to the round of 16. I'm worried for Dortmund. I'm worried that their recent form is going to bring them down. They've got a lot of youth on the bench as well, so you don't really. The only people you can expect to come on and make an experienced impact is probably Julian Brandt, because you've got Schultz, so you've got Mukoku, Mooney, I suppose, Tiggs, Paslak, Rayner, Knauf, and Dricheka. I struggle with his name all the time. That is such a young bench.
A very inexperienced one as well, which is going to be a bit of a risk. Rowan's just going to quickly see if his KFC's arrived. I'll have a quick talk through the comments. We have kicked off in this game between Porto and Juventus. Don't forget, throughout the night, you can send in your comments and your questions. It doesn't have to be about the Champions League. It could be about anything, and we'll answer it over tonight's games, of course. We might need some questions, depending on what happens in these matches. Could be fairly boring indeed. But Reese put in the chat, Sigurdsson with 4 goals. I'd like to see that tonight. Maybe 4 goals against. Imagine. You never know. He's been on fire recently. Chris is in the building. He put, "Hi, lads. Hope you're well." Welcome, Chris. As always, buddy. He says, It was roles reversed last night. Liverpool won. Carlisle lost, which is... there's a mistake at the back. It's a goal. It's in. Porto have taken the lead from a mistake at the back. And I've got no idea what Szczesny's done there. But Mehdi Taremi, the Iranian...
It had to be Taremi.
And it's 1-0 after what? I think 80 seconds on the clock is all it took for Porto. And
my
that's
prediction
great
was out the window.
Come on. What a start. Let me just quickly talk you through the goal. Didn't think we'd get one after, 70 seconds. So it is Mehdi Taremi. It was a ball played back from Alex Sandro to Szczesny. Takes one touch, takes two touches, plays the ball out to Matthias de Ligt. Oh, and it's de Ligt's fault. Do you know what? I can put my hands up and say it's not Szczesny's fault there. De Ligt tries to play the ball back to Szczesny. It's a really, really weak pass, a really weak ball. And in the end, Mehdi Taremi is able to put the ball in the back of the net. 1-0. Let's go.
Okay, it's not. Sorry, I thought it wasn't as nasty as I thought. I don't know who slid in there. Took out Mahmoud Dahoud. Sorry, Josh, you've seen me keep on flicking over. My driver is bouncing all over.
It's all right. It wasn't even de Ligt, by the way. It was Bentancur with the ball. I'm
about to say, I'd only just come back and then, what's it called? I had Katie on standby just in case.
Oh, wow. Oh, what a start.
What a start. I mean, I went for 5-0 Juve.
Well, actually, I was going to say about predictions because I know a lot of people have put them in the chat. Let me quickly scroll down. There we go. I think KFC might have arrived now. Chris has put Porto 1, Juventus 0. Well, you're on course for that. I mean, we've already got the goal after 60 seconds. Sevilla 1, Dortmund 0. Interesting one indeed. Chris put, I thought that was Diego Costa on the bench. No, it's Diogo, different one. Will Pete putting go on Marco Grujic. Winvar Van Club, how you doing, buddy? Hope you're good. Welcome along to the stream. Welcome. Daz has put, I'm going to watch City game. We'll keep you updated. Josh, thank you very much, Daz. Keeping us updated there with that match tonight. Big game, isn't it, in the Premier League? Chris Budd didn't even know Gomez joined Sevilla. Massive rip for Atalanta. Yeah, to be fair, there was a really patchy situation going on with Alejandro Gomez, hence why they let him go in the end. And to be fair, Atalanta are doing all right without him, so I don't think he's going to be a massive miss in the end. Carol's put, even if Everton win, I still don't think United will win the league. I've been saying that even before the league started because we're so crap. If we bought proper centre-backs in the summer or even January, then maybe we might be able to go out there and challenge for the title. But what a start to this game. Let's take a moment to breathe. We're not even 70 seconds in. There's a ball over the top, and it's going to be another chance for Porto. Szczesny has to clear the ball. Morega's on it. And then Mbemba had come forward, and there was so nearly another chance for Porto to go through on goal and, well, get a second in this game. And what a start this has been for FC Porto to get themselves on the score sheet and nearly have two within the space of 4 minutes. Has your KFC arrived?
It has arrived. It's also pissing it down. It's still 0-0, luckily. Still 0-0 here.
Well, thankfully, you've not missed any goals. But what a start we've had to this game.
Well, can't believe it.
I mean, it's a shocking mistake from Bentancur. I said it was Szczesny's fault, but like you look back at it and there's nothing Szczesny can do. But Juventus is going to come forward here. And the referee's actually going to give the free kick to Porto. So a bit of a chance to breathe again.
I mean, what's it called? Sevilla, is it without a Campos? Obviously got injured in the Copa del Rey.
Yep.
And he played incredible in the Europa and the past couple of the league games and stuff I've seen. So he will be a big miss for them.
Yeah, I was going to say, I completely forgot about that. It's a massive miss, isn't it? Because he's one of their star players. But do you think maybe Alejandro Gomez might be able to come into the club and maybe do even better than a Campos?
I think the problem is he 36 or 35? He's old.
I think he's 32.
Is that? I don't know. It's
33, by the way.
33. That's the thing. It's true. It's sort of like, will he bring what Campos brings? Probably not. But he might bring something a bit different that Sevilla may need just to sort of take from Europa League winners to Champions League contenders. It's very tough. I'm just looking. It seems like Dortmund are sometimes switching to a back five with Chan coming in. Obviously, no Thomas Delaney. Delaney would normally come and sit in there as a CDM. So Chan is sort of acting as that Delaney role.
It's a fairly quiet start, I would say, to that game so far, as you'd expect.
There is a free kick here.
Juve on the counter. Ball's been given away by McKennie, though, so no chance for the away side.
Our free kick got took quick. There's a lot of space to whip a ball in. And it does, and it's cleared by Erling Haaland. He's coming as a makeshift defender there for Dortmund.
Kyle's put in the chat, I'll go through some of the comments. What the fuck are Juve doing? I cheered so loud, terrible defending. Well, we've had these types of watch-alongs.
Hitz doesn't get it. Hummels clears out. Sorry, Josh, didn't want to interrupt you.
No, it's all right. Jump in. You've got to.
Hummels just gets it. Was a great ball in, I think, by Sousa. And Nesiri wins the ball, but it doesn't go anywhere.
Have they got a corner or anything out of it?
No, just a throw-in. Just a throw-in. Just a throw-in. But early opportunities for Sevilla.
Which is what you want, indeed. Daz has put in the chat 2-1 Juventus. He thinks also Dortmund 2-0. KD said 2 beautiful lads of a screen. What a shagger. Unbelievable. Daz put in, Josh, do you remember Danny Baggish from the World Championship? I do indeed. Did he get his tour card in the end today? Because I know it's the end of it.
It's a goal for Sevilla. I was all rapping for AFC. I was all rapping it. Sousa's put it in the back of the net. It's very similar to your goal, Josh, in terms of I missed it, and I think it's a big deflection, this. I think it's a big deflection. Well, where is he in the replays? But it's Sousa who puts him with his lovely headband. Oh, I was just...
What a start to the night.
What a start. Well,
this is what we wanted.
Less of that. I mean, we've got the goal here. Fernando switches all the way across to Sousa, who then just cuts outside the box, cuts back out, puts it on his right foot, and that takes a horrible deflection of Mats Hummels. It's not going in. Oh, my God. He skins Dahoud Sousa. Hitz is saving it, and Hummels sticks his foot out, and he just puts it past his own keeper.
What a start to the night. My bet. Let's go. 5 minutes in. We've already got
Drew.
Oh, dear. I mean, for me, I need both teams to score in both halves, and we're not even 10 minutes in, and we've already got 2 goals for both of the home sides in these matches tonight. So we're on for good things, fingers crossed. But, I mean, what a start to the night overall. I'm going to quickly run through some of the other comments. There's been a lot of them. Keep them coming tonight. We want as many as we possibly can. Cal's put, may I go off topic for a moment and say social media platforms like Facebook, Twitter and Instagram must do better to root out the horrific abuse directed at footballers and their families. We couldn't agree with you anymore. Obviously, bad situation with players like Xhaka and I'm trying to think. I think Martial's had a lot of abuse recently.
Who was it again? Very recent game. Off the top of my head, I can't. But yeah, we all know social media policing is awful, and you would have thought there'd be a bit more on the ball when it comes to big players. Just no, it's seemingly invisible when it comes to that.
Yeah, it's frustrating, isn't it? At the end of the day, there's so much more they could do to sort that issue out. It sucks indeed. Chris has put in the chat, Barney's got his tour card. He has indeed, which means he could get back into the Premier League. Raymond van Barneveld back in the big majors at the tournaments. The Darnaments.
They've got to call them that now.
The Darnaments.
Like if we call them the Darnaments, it's got to be the foot tournaments. The Darnaments.
Never heard that one before. Honestly, I've got a bad tendency to do it. Kieran's put sell Sancho or Fredo at the shops, but Hummels is unlucky. God's sake. Carl's put
lovely finish.
Carl's put listen to a radio show and someone said if you want to create a Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, then you must provide your name, photo, etc. Which I think is a very, very fair point indeed. And then Magnificante, what a name that is, by the way. He's put Perlo has gone and spun the wheel and also typed in a random number generator 3 times, and that's the formation he's gone with. It's bizarre. Another bit of proof that turning to club legends is a terrible idea.
I mean, if Lampard wasn't a 1.
Exactly. Henry as well. I know he's been linked with Bournemouth today, but he struggled at Monaco, didn't he? He's a club legend there.
That's the thing. It's one of them situations where, yes, he was a great person for your club, but it doesn't mean he's good at management.
No. I think it's very hard to find club legends that turn into good managers. I would have probably said right now, and it's very hard to say whether he's going to be good or not in the future. Maybe Xavi.
Where's he at now?
Al Sadd in Qatar.
Yeah.
It's one of those where if he moves to Europe, maybe he might be the next big thing. Yeah, Gerrard.
But you never know. He's at Rangers. And no offence to thingy, but it's Celtic Rangers who run that league this year, Rangers. And excuse me, our former legend has us third.
Yeah, fair point. He's trying to think of them off the top of my head.
And then there's a slander that Ole got. I think it was when he just took over as the interim or something. And he got slandered, but then he got you back up form. He had a dip, and now he's got your team running, in fairness. I can't fault him for that.
Fair play is probably the best example we've got right now in the world today in terms of managers that are actually managing. Let's have a look at some of the other comments. Chris put, Danny Bice did get his tour card today, so congratulations to him. If you are one of the Darts fans, by the way, keep your eyes out. I will say later on, we might have a massive guest on at some point in the next couple of weeks. I'm pretty sure, potentially, fingers crossed, touch wood, we might actually have one of the darts players from the World Championship on at some point very soon. So keep your eyes out for that. But Reese has asked us, thoughts on Henry becoming the Bournemouth manager?
It's strange, but you know what? He failed at Monaco, but it's a good opportunity. He won't get much slander. I don't think it's Henry. I think it's probably the best opportunity. Don't go into a big Premier League job, but go to a club that can play in the Premier League if you get him up.
That's true. And I think as well with Henry, it's one of those situations where I think, obviously, we know Bournemouth want to rebuild over time. They've still got to get out of the Championship. And this is such a great opportunity for him to rebuild his career as a manager because, as we said, at Monaco, he struggled, didn't do well. I don't really know much about how he did in the MLS. I presume not amazingly well. But he's still early days in his career as a manager.
Exactly.
So a couple more years and he might become the next big thing. You never know.
He could use this as a building block for future endeavours. Exactly.
We've got a corner here for Porto. I'm going to see if anything happens from this because they've got quite a few tall players in the box, Moreira being one of them. Going to be played short into Sergio Oliveira, and that is the worst ball I think I've ever seen in my life. But somehow, I was about to say somehow it's got to Chancellor Mbemba, but he's took the worst touch I've ever seen. He's gone out of play for a throw-in.
A centre-half touch.
Yeah, very centre-half touch that was.
Nothing much happened here since the goal. Dortmund enjoyed possession, but Sevilla have just been resilient. I'm going to say this, Haaland now was on to Guerrero. Sancho, lovely footwork from Jadon Sancho, and Haaland steals it off him, and it doesn't go well.
I mean, Juventus here, very lucky to not make a mistake at the back again. And this time it was De Ligt. Nearly chipped a ball straight into the path of Moussa Moreira. Of course, we know he's quite a tall player, so it's going to be very hard to dink it over a player who's 6'4", 6'5", and very nearly gave the ball back to Porto for a chance for a second. The thing is, I've watched Juventus over the last few weeks, and you'll know if you've been with us, we watched them a few weeks ago at Coppa Italia, me and Adam. They are really bad at passing out from the back. Like,
I know you hate it, don't you?
I hate it. And I say it all the time. You could do a sports corner bingo and have that on the card because you tick it off straight away with me saying it. But Juventus are the worst team I think I've seen in the last few weeks play out from the back. Maybe Liverpool. They could be up there for the mistakes that they've had in the last few weeks, but they'd never look comfortable. Never. Yeah.
I know you've said it a lot about playing. I quite like it. I like that it is that structured build-up play that I enjoy. You just defenders, midfielders, boom, you're away. Whereas, so I'm not a fan of just booing it long, playing it to a striker. As much as that is Dortmund's strategy, yeah. I'm not a fan of it. So I'm actually the opposite. Obviously, when it doesn't go wrong, when it goes wrong. So the best ball's been given away here, and that is awful. Now, I'm about to say that is a centre-back finish, but he's actually scored bangers recently with Jules Koundé, and something's happened.
No, it was so nearly an absolute screamer. Ball was lofted in from Alex Sandro. Inside the box was Federico Chiesa, who hits it on the volley, but I think it was Manafa. It was just there to block the ball, and it very nearly deflected into the goal of Marquez. It's gone out for a corner. They've been quite sloppy so far, I've got to admit, Juventus. Not actually seen Ronaldo in this game yet. And as much as he goes about his business sometimes scoring 2-3 goals a game, This one so far is a little bit of a quiet spell for him.
I mean,
so, a lot of work to do.
There They're having quite an embarrassing season, would you say? Fourth, I think, is embarrassed from Juve.
Yeah, I'd say Juve fans
Guerrero! Sorry.
No big chance.
Just inside the box, he has a shot. He's blocked well by 4 Sevilla defenders.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, for Juve, I think there'll be some fans that'll understand why they may be a little bit lower in the league with the rebuild, but I think it comes back to the point what Magnificante was saying earlier. It's just one of those right now where is Pirlo going to work, or are we going to be sat here in a few months' time potentially saying Pirlo's been sacked? Because I'd assume he's in for the long haul, and this isn't going to be a Lampard situation where he gets sacked at some point. But so far, I think there'll be a lot of Juve fans that'll agree. There's not much of an identity, which is a real issue for a team like Juve. And Alex has just put in the chat, oh, you're good, Alexa. Good to see you in the stream, buddy. He's put difference with Liverpool and Juventus is that Liverpool suck at building from the back because their injuries. Juventus suck because the tactics are wank. Juve have all their players fit, basically. I mean, You're not wrong, are you, Alexa?
You're not wrong, indeed. By the way, Sevilla have been resilient at the back. They've allowed Dortmund possession. But as soon as Dortmund get into that final third, just snuff it out immediately and hit him on the counter, it'll be stopped by Guerrero.
Oh, there's been 2 good comments I've just put that were put a little bit further up. Sorry for not reading them. Chris asked, will there be any KFC deliveries for F1 watch-alongs?
Yeah, it depends where we are. I don't think I can get KFC if I'm at home, but it depends how everything is, because obviously we've got another month and then, but possibly. I'd have to order it earlier.
Who knows in this COVID world right now? It's an absolute nightmare, isn't it? Winvab has asked, prediction for the Manchester City game. That one's just kicked off.
4-1 Man City.
3-2 Man City.
Yeah,
that's what I'm going to say.
I think it's a City win, but you've gone for a more closer tie than I have.
Yeah, I'm going to say Everton give them a good fight tonight. They usually tend to. You know, in the past we've seen like the 4-0 and that. Oh, real good chance then. Free kick towards the left-hand corner flag. Sergio Oliveira just tries hitting it. Nearly kills it into the top right-hand corner. Good save from Szczesny. And Porto looking dominant so far. I have to admit, they're playing very, very well indeed.
Who'd have thought?
What about your chance?
It was Jude Bellingham just outside the box, plays it off to Mori on the wing, who just a lovely little touch forward, gets himself a bit of space, but it's well blocked by, I think that's Izquierdo, who block him. But yeah, Sevilla resilient. Bellingham is wonderful. He's one of them players. Just is a pleasure to watch. He's one of the youngest players in the side, yet he looks like he's been playing for 10 years.
Yeah, I saw something today. I'm going to stop for a second, though, because there's a chance here for McKennie. Good save from McKessie. I think he's had 27 starts this season for a 17-year-old. Do you think he is the shining light from a real patchy kind of bit of form for Dortmund? Yeah,
I think in terms of Dortmund's season, the midfielders have had a shining light as it's De Hood cuts inside, outside the box, De Hood! What a goal!
Is he 1-1?
Mahmoud De Hood is a man who doesn't play often, but when he does that. That's completely lie, but he's put it in the back of the net. And it's all Erling Haaland. He's put himself on the right, switched onto that pattern left foot, puts it across to De Hood, who looks like he's going to drive to Jadon Sancho, and just stops, turns on a swivel, puts it onto his right foot. He spots Bono off his line a little bit, and he just has an absolute rifle of a shot and puts it in. It's Haaland. He uses his body well, holds it up. Haaland does really well, takes past 3 Sevilla players, finds De Hood in the middle, like I said, just cuts back onto his right, takes a bit of a touch, hits it first time. It's an exquisite finish, and it's 1-0.
What a start. 20 minutes in. Both sides have scored. Fantastic news for me. Just need Juve to get one, and we're potentially in the money in the next 45. But what a start. Sevilla won, Dortmund won. And as you said, De Hood, we would literally just talk about a midfielder for the future. De Hood a midfielder for now, do you think?
I think for now, he is decent. He's 25, so he isn't old. I just think with like I said before, De Hood rudely interrupted me. Bellingham, Chan, De Hood, Delaney have played really well. Rainey hasn't played much, but they've all played really well in a side where Haaland has been mix and match. Royce, Sancho played a bit better. It's the defence where they've been let down, but the midfielders played really well in an awful season. But yeah, it's defence where Dortmund have got severe issues.
Well, was that an intended pun there?
Possibly.
Hey, do you know what? Fair play. I'll give you credit on that one. Alexis put, speaking of the darts, I'll be mightily disappointed if the interviewed person is not Van Gerwen. I can't even say who it is right now because I don't know myself. As I said, I'm not going to speculate who it is. There was an inkling, there was a chance, maybe, of having an interview with Phil Taylor. But whether that's going to happen or not, as I said, I can't say anything until I know myself, but it's something, fingers crossed, I will be able to have. Maybe not in the next episode, but in the episode after on the darts.
Fingers crossed for you.
Hopefully, because it'd be a big episode for us. Kieran's put in the chat, I've got the City game up. I'll let you two know if this is exciting. Please tell me if Sigurdsson scores. And then Carol's put, lads, that piece on Josh Cullen was a great read. Didn't know he left. Probably should have been given a chance at West Ham, but wish him luck in his career. And that was... Adam who wrote that piece. Really, really nice piece from him. But another chance here for Porto. Oh, it should have been 2. Sergio Oliveira. And there's one thing that's happening right now. It is a defensive disaster class from Juventus. Porto being allowed every opportunity from horrendous passing out. This time it's Szczesny who just kicks the ball into the path of Sergio Oliveira. He takes one touch, hits it from about 20 yards out. And Alex Sandro, brilliant sliding tackle, puts the ball out of play for a corner, which the original person who took the shot is going to take here, Oliveira.
Tune for Dortmund. Max Hummels on the left wing makes a lovely run. But Sandro plays through Marco Reus, puts it into Haaland. Back to Reus. Reus can't get it under control and get it out onto the wing. Cross goes in, it's a flicked on, and it's put out for a corner there by, and that's Jesus Navas. But lovely counter-attack. It's Jadon Sancho takes it out off the Sevilla attack. And there's a man on the left. It's Mats Hummels making a lovely drive. He drags Navas to the left with him. That gives Sancho enough space to play through Haaland, who plays through Reus. Back to Haaland, back to Reus. Puts a cross in. I think it's Diego Carlos who tries to flick it over. Completely catches out Bono. And Navas does really well and just hoofs it out of play. There's an injury as well.
Good game so far. Two teams, I think, where you look at them and you think on paper, they're quite even sides. But who's got the injury?
It's Manuel Akanji. And that's not good for Dortmund because we already know that they've had... Chan's told him, don't make the sub, he's fine.
Is that because he's worried he's going to be transitioning maybe into the centre-back position?
100%. I think we might see Akanji off here. And we'll probably see maybe Mounier come in at centre-half. Sorry,
hopefully, yeah.
Oh! It's close. Papu Gomez, I thought he hit his head. He does hit his arm. But he's doing a chicken jump pose, if that makes sense. So his elbows are out. So,
I've never heard the chicken jump pose. I'm not going to lie, but I like the analogy there. Reese has just put, did I just hear Hummels on the wing?
Correct, you did. You did hear Hummels on the wing.
Unbelievable. Alex has asked how is Rakitic looking so far in the game?
Haven't seen much of him. Haven't seen much. It really has been up. We've got about midfielders. It's Fernando.
Good player, Fernando. I think he's been one of their better signings.
Great defending there from Jules Koundé. The ball go back to the wing. Chan does really well. And it's the same play on, Sancho now on the wing does really well. Starts to lose the ball. And he'll go for a throw-in.
Ronaldo's in the stream. How you doing, lad? Hope you're good. He's put, whoa, Sevilla equalised. I was listening when Sevilla scored. This ought to be a good one. Keep it on, Ronaldo, because he's looking like the best game of the night so far. And then he's put, of course, Vamos Sevilla. Don't say that to Rowan. It's Vamos Dortmund tonight, isn't it?
I've got to learn, Josh. I need to get back on Duolingo. What? Dortmund.
We changed that again. We're now 25 minutes in. Chance here for Juventus. Outside the box, Kulusevski gone down. Really good defending. Bit scrappy at the back, though. It's cleared away in the end by Pepe. I think it's calling for a free kick. But Juventus have got to change something soon because we're 25 minutes in. And, you know, not just for my bet, but the fact that they've been really sloppy so far in this game.
Yeah.
Not really seen anything of the attackers so far tonight. Ronaldo and Kulusevski.
Invisible.
Yeah, pretty much.
On a game day where Messi was non-existent, is Ronaldo going to repeat?
Who knows? Who knows? We'll have to find out. Reese's put the absolute scenes, Gary Anderson interview incoming. If I get told I'm doing a Gary Anderson interview, there will be genuine tears of happiness. Nothing will be better than that. Alexa's asked, will you guys be doing a Europa League watch-along tomorrow? Yes, we've got not one but two. Rowan and KD are going to cover the 5:55 ones. KD is going to be covering the United Sociedad game, and Rowan, of course, is covering Slavia Prague, Leicester City.
Up the Slavia.
Up the Slavia, fingers crossed for them. And then 8 o'clock, it's a full house. There's going to be me, there's going to be KD, there's going to be Adam, there's going to be Will, there's going to be KL. I'm going to try and get a few more people. There's 7 games on the night. I'm going to try and see if we can get 7 people to cover every match on the Europa League at 8 o'clock. So keep your eyes out for that, because even if we can't...
If I'm not too tired, because I know I've got the A League, but I might be able to do that.
I think the only problem was, because there was 3 of us on BT, one of us wouldn't have been able to have got on, but the more, the merrier. We'll have to find out.
Wait and see.
We will have to find out indeed. And then Tubbs is in the building. He says, hey guys, Rowan the caveman.
What? What are you doing? I'm just eating my food.
Let's have a nice KFC. And then Daz has asked in the chat how Sancho plays so far.
Played really well. He's been the pillar of these counter-attacks. So is Haaland too. Sancho plays a lovely ball in. It's 2-1. And that is a great team goal. It's another counter-attack, this time Erling Haaland. And Daz, you ask how Jadon Sancho's playing. He's got himself an assist. Does really well. Haaland plays the ball to him. Sancho chips it over. I think that could be, I don't know who it was. Could have been Diego Carlos there. Just chips over his leg. Haaland uses them long legs and just pokes it in the back of the net. And Dortmund, this is what you like to see from the yellow and black and yellow side. It really is. It's great football defending. They've actually defended maybe today. But it's great. It all starts with Haaland in the middle. Just a lovely drive. Still keeps on going. Sancho, lovely chip across past Jules Koundé. And Haaland pokes it in. Keeps on side.
3 goals in less than 30 minutes, isn't it?
Oof. What a start. What a start.
Electric start. What a game so far. 2-1 to Dortmund in that match. Alexa saying, I'm going to catch the watch-along after the Milan game. Going over to my grandpa to watch them get smashed in the capital, of course. Playing Red Star Belgrade. Best of luck for that tomorrow night. And then Chris has put, imagine Gary Anderson interview, no questions about Mardle and Harrington topic. No, there'd just be questions on why he's the greatest player to ever grace darts, Chris, if I'm being honest with you. And then Tubbs has put, Dortmund coming from behind. Unbelievable game for them, as Bernardo puts, Domo arigato, Haaland roboto. I think you know what that means without even having to translate it.
He's very good, though, isn't he? He's very good. I'm jealous. I'm jealous of him. If I could possess his talent.
Well, this is a really, really crucial run for Dortmund, because we didn't even acknowledge chance though for Porto saved in the end. We didn't even acknowledge. I don't know if people are aware. There was a lot of talk about 6 or 7 players maybe even leaving the club if Dortmund didn't get UCL football. So.
Yeah, Reina, Bellingham, Haaland, Sancho,
Dahoud,
Akanji, and maybe one more. But yeah, a lot of players rumored to leave. A lot. So
for them this season, it's detrimental, not of course just in the league to do well, but if they can go on a run in the Champions League, which I think, they've got a side that could go on a run if they turn it up a level.
Exactly. I think this is a really big, especially after that news came out on the way they're playing in the Bundesliga. If they don't get Champions League, if they can get a good quarter-final run in them, even semis, look at the draw, it's all going to be. But if they can get a good run to the semis, quarters, I think we could be there. I think we might be able to keep them.
You never know. We'll have to find out indeed. Alexis put in the chat, he wants to know, I need to ask Rowan, where did the Slavia Love Fest start?
2 seconds. Dahoud Guerrero on the wing. Great outside of the foot cross and Bono collect. Well, so I don't really. It was last year when we started. We were watching. It was Slavia Inter, maybe
Slavia Barca
in the bar, and I was just infatuated by this man who just wasn't stop running on the left. He just keep on going and going, and that was Peter Olinka. And ever since then, I've just they're a fun side to watch. It is cheating. I've took the best Czech side, but who cares? They're just great to watch.
The thing is, as well, they played so well in that game we watched. And I think that's that's where the Oli Inca kind of love fest started. And it's not just Oli Inca. Do you think maybe with Souček and Soufal going to West Ham, that kind of helped the love fest a little bit more?
Yeah, because I think also it just gets more eyes on them. But yeah, I love Thomas Souček. He's just a big beast, isn't he? Soufal,
great player.
Apparently, like they're in contact with Slavia every week, which is just nice to see. Very loyal. And not all of them, but players that seem to move from Slavia to either the Premier League or something do seem very loyal to the clubs, to Slavia, which is just nice to see. But it's Sevilla on the wing here. It's going to be Papu Gomez. Great show by Kanja, but he's still got the ball. Gomez done really well here. Now, in the middle.
Give me a chance for Juventus as well here. McKennie plays it to Chiesa. Lovely footwork from the Italians. Silky skills. But they really need something here because they're going to the break at half-time 1-0 down. I think there's going to be some real nerves for this Juventus side. And Rabiot's given the ball away. Really, really lacklustre so far in this game for the Italian side. Not really being able to get anything going in the final third. It always seems to be one key pass that's missing. And still haven't seen Ronaldo in this game so far. I don't even think he's touched the ball a great deal, if I'm being honest with you. It's one of those performances where the Messi fans, even after losing 4-1, the Messi fans will be out if Ronaldo has a stinker tonight because they'll say Messi scored even in a loss. But going forward again. Giving away again. Story of the night so far.
I think I've got everyone's answer. But Josh, who do you prefer? So I don't think I've ever asked you.
In terms of who?
Ronaldo or Messi?
It's hard because it's not to sit on the fence, but you just have to appreciate both players' talents. They're both incredible players. And if I had to pick one out, it'd probably be Ronaldo.
Really?
And I just think because I think there's a lot of moments that I've watched with Ronaldo coming clutch compared to Messi moments.
Yeah.
Maybe Messi's probably had more moments clutch than Ronaldo, but you just have to appreciate both players because in 5 years' time when they're both retired and they're not playing football anymore, are we going to have two players as good as them?
No, that's the thing. I prefer Messi, but I still acknowledge that both these people are just amazing.
Brilliant players.
I mean, I saw a controversial comment from Adam which said Haaland over Mbappe.
Well, you watched Mbappe last night.
What a save by Bono. Oh, it does well there. It's a great ball again by Mo Dahoud, who plays a lovely ball through to Haaland, who beats Diego Carlos, hits it first time on the bounce. That's heading into the net. And Bono does really well to just parry it over the crossbar.
Not good news for Juventus. We're 35 minutes on the clock now. I'm just going to update that a second. It looks like I think Chiellini's picked up an injury. Now, if you're not aware, Chiellini for the last the last year or two, has had really serious injuries. So I think he had a hamstring injury, a really serious thigh injury as well. He's coming off the pitch here. I don't know whether it's just a slight little tweak and he's just coming off the pitch because he's not limping or anything. I think he's tweaked something and he's just said, come off before it gets worse. So Chiellini's had to come off. And Medek Demal has had to come on. Yeah, I think it's precautionary. No, not at all. And yeah, they're just kind of looking at him now. I think he's tweaked something. You can kind of just see he's holding his thigh a little bit and just saying, I'm guessing, he's tweaked it and it's just safe to come off. But I don't blame him in the end. But going to quickly run through some comments. Kieran's put Yerry Mina's injured, which is not what you want to say. Poor Yerry Mina. Hopefully he's all right. Alex put, to be fair, my attention to Slavia was drawn by their quarter-final appearance when their main player was Miroslav Stock. But what's happened?
It's a cross comes in and he just finds it's all the way across. I'm seeing who flicks it on. No one flicks on. He just finds himself to Mats Hummels, who can hit it on the half volley, on the bounce. And he just hits it against the floor and it bounces over the crossbar. But Hummels is a lovely volley.
I was just about to say, is there anything that man can't do? He's on the wing and then he's trying to hit volleys.
I love him. He might not be good at defending, but he can attack.
Fair play to him. Big chance there. Alexis put, Messi's the better footballer, technically. Ronaldo is the biggest sportsman. I would pick Ronaldo if I needed somebody to score a goal for me or win a match. I wouldn't pick him based off this performance because he's, I said, barely touched the ball so far. But, as we said before, you just got to appreciate both players while we've got them, because you never know if we're going to have these two types of players ever again in football, or at least for a long time. And then KD's put Maguire is all right. He's just a scapegoat for the slander. I think a lot of players a lot of people in the chat talk about Lindelof and Maguire. Chris has put Ronaldo did it for the club and country. Also, remember when Juventus were 2-0 down to Atletico Madrid, Ronaldo turned it around. Only CR7 could do that. And I do remember that because I remember watching it on BT, and they interviewed a lot of Atletico Madrid fans before the game, and they went, Ronaldo's a fraud. He's not going to score against us, and we're going through. That did not happen, did it, in the end? But
big jinx. Yeah,
they jinxed it massively. And I'm hoping maybe that I can jinx Juventus' shocking attacking displays so far, because we've got 10 minutes left of the first half, and I'm pretty sure they've not had a shot on target. I'm going to have to look up half-time and find out.
Sevilla have got, I think, their second corner of the game. Not a really testing one, but I think it was by Gomez. But Guerrero just heads out just as a precaution because he had nowhere near him. But could be an opportunity. Suso will whip this in. Good luck at Diego Carlos here. So against Emre Can. Ball comes in. Koundé can't flick it on. It's still in the box. Can doesn't win it. Papa Gomez! It's awkward. It's awkward. Oh, Papu Gomez outside the box. I spilled gravy on myself, but Papu Gomez outside the box. And it hits Mats Hummels. The ball's lurking. Gomez outside the box just hits Hummels on the head, doesn't do anything. And then it's an awkward ball, and that's Diego Carlos who runs in, tries to put it in, but Marwin hits, collects.
Big moment. I think we've got a corner here. I think the referee's going to give Alex Sandro. He was calling for a free kick. What happened? Hands on head again.
I know. It was Haaland, and it was just tackled by, I think that was, who was that in the middle? I think it might have been Rakitic. Ball just finds itself a high ball. Koundé goes to head away. He slips, but luckily Marco Reus is probably in there. The ball lands on Koundé's leg and goes out to Bono's feet. But that could have been embarrassing for Sevilla there.
Big chance. Sad news for me. Bournemouth 1-0 up against us, which is a real shame indeed. But the referee, I don't know what the referee's doing here. I think he's giving a free kick to Juventus. Still going down. I think there's a few protests there from Pepe. We know what Pepe is like, quite a enigmatic centre-back. And
angry man.
Yeah, it's a free kick in the end. Right decision. And in a very good position as well.
Mm-hmm. I mean, with 38 minutes in here, and you know what, I wouldn't say it's back and forth, but it's definitely been a very interesting game. Sevilla have played really well in the early half. It's that Dortmund counter and that press, which is so dangerous.
Well, free kick here for Juventus. Very similar position to the Sergio Oliveira one. It's towards the right corner flag, going to be whipped in. A bit of an awkward angle to shoot this one. It's lobbed in by Bentancur. Gets it towards the path of, I think it was Weston McKennie there, but straight in the hands of Marquezine, who's going to try and hoof it long for a counter-attack. Gets it all the way to Marega, but I think it's just gone out of play, and it's going to go as a Juventus throw in the defensive half. So big chance there for Juve, but Pirlo must be fuming right now. Not being good at all. And in a free kick where you'd expect it to be pushed towards Ronaldo, still hasn't touched the ball, I think.
Well, strange, isn't it? It really. But the thing is, he might not do anything here, but then second half he might get 4 goals that wins him the game. You know what I mean?
He's one of those players. He can just turn it on like that. It's unbelievable. But I have to say, since that goal's gone in, it's kind of killed the vibe of the game a little bit. Juventus are dominating as you would expect, but Porto seem happy with the 1-0 lead, which I think is very dangerous considering they've got to play away from home next at the
100%.
At the Allianz Stadium. It's a tough one.
I suppose it does stop Juve from getting them away goals.
Yeah, true. But I mean, if it stays like this and they go into the second leg and Juve score 1, then we're talking about extra time and things like that. And I think Porto here will probably maybe later on in the game might try and look for a second to really put Juve under pressure, but they just cannot allow this away side to get a goal. Yeah, it's going to be crucial for that second leg.
Sevilla do have a corner. Navas wins it. There's a good question from Alex, but we'll read after this corner.
Oh, bicycle kick! What a save! Oh, that was the chance.
You love a bicy, don't you?
That was chance. It was Rabiot. What an opportunity from the corner, whipped in, headed off De Ligt. He just goes for the acrobatic, somehow gets his right foot onto the ball, and it's a great save from Marquesi. That's the best chance I've had of the game so far. What was your chance?
Overhead. I didn't have one.
Oh, I thought you had a chance then.
No.
Let me have a look
at Alexa.
Is it this one here? Do you guys think that it's bad for European football that the only team outside the top 5 leagues to make it this far is Porto?
It's a tough one because we could say yes, because these other lower teams don't have a chance to showcase themselves. But that's what the Europa League's for. I do think that maybe not as many big clubs. I don't think the drop-down rule should happen. Just because I think it just ruins clubs that have done really well to get out of the group, and then they get knocked out by a Barca whoever drops.
I think the new competition that they're making, the Conference League, is going to make things interesting because there'll be a lot of not a lot of well-known teams for the amateurs, but there'll be a lot of smaller teams that maybe do deserve European football but just can't get there, or if they have, they're struggling like to the Europa League and that might get in there.
It'll be interesting to see how the qualifying works.
Yeah.
If it's the Premier League, if it's the 7th Premier League team, this year or not, but if you're talking about a regular season, that still might be a Europa League team. And I'm worried that they're coming through it. Same with maybe not with same with the Bundesliga if you get sick.
Well, if you look across all the leagues, I think, La Liga would have, there'd be always one good team from all the 5 leagues. The things with the Premier League as well, one of the top 6 teams could quite easily have a poor season and finish in the Euro Cup 2 spot. And then you could be talking about an Arsenal in Euro Cup 2, which it would be a meme. It'd be quite funny.
A great meme.
But it would also mean they'd get at least the Europa League because you'd expect them to win it. So it's one of them where I think I love the idea of it, but it is going to be tough for the smaller teams again, because you might see teams like, Wolves, Granada or Real Sociedad, teams like that get into a competition.
Yeah. I think you're running the risk of these big teams dominating it, as we've seen in other international competitions. But it's Dortmund breaking away. It's got Haaland open, and it's 3-1.
Wow.
And this is what you want to see from Borussia Dortmund. It's a lovely goal. It comes from Marco Reus. It's 3-1. 3 goals. It's good. Jules Koundé. I think Jules Koundé actually loses it. I was waiting to hear, but Marco Reus in the middle. He's got, I think, Turuc to his left, Sancho to his left, Haaland to his right. He chooses Haaland. Haaland, great finish from him, as we'd expect from Erling Braut Haaland.
Brilliant.
You can clearly see what it means to this Dortmund side. It comes from just a great interception. It was Marco Reus, great tackle on Papu Gomez. And it was Dahoud on the left, Haaland on the right. He chooses Erling Haaland, and of course, he puts it away. He does really well to dragging Diego Carlos Reus does. And it's 3-1.
4 goals. I'll ask you a little bit more when we get to half time, but did you expect Dortmund to score 3 goals in the first 45 minutes?
No. Not with our defensive shot. You know what? I wasn't expecting to score 4, but I was expecting to see goals. I just thought it would be very 1 goal for them, 1 goal for us, 1 goal for them. But no.
Ronaldo.
Erling Haaland running away.
Fair play. And because it's only half time, there's still a long way to go in this game. If Sevilla could get themselves a goal back, it's going to be crucial for them. Chance for Ronaldo. Yeah, that's all right. Big chance there for Juventus. Ball lobbed in towards, it was actually Demiral there for a second. Good ball from Bentancur. Tries to get it towards the Turk. Just doesn't get the right connection on the ball. And I think, to be fair, we should have left that for Ronaldo. But have a quick look at the chat, see what you guys have been saying. Alexis put, considering that the Champions League might be getting closed off soon to the super rich teams, these 2 small European competitions could be really good. The Old Cup Winners' Cup, good competition that was back in the day, was technically the 3rd comp in strength back in the day. Had some massive teams like Lazio and Arsenal. Hopefully, we see something very similar when that tournament does start. And then Chris, but I always hate the rule: if you finish 3rd in your Champions League group, you drop into Europa League last 32. If you don't finish top 2 in your group, you automatically should be out of Europe. That's how it should be. I'm going to stop for a second though, because Ronaldo's coming forward here. Really need a goal before half time. He's giving the ball away. Really, really poor first half. And he's winning my bets. What's he doing? Shocking performance from Juve. And there's a chance here for Porto to get 2 before half-time. Good defending from Chiesa.
We've had 1 minute at a time here.
We've got about 10 seconds left of the 1 minute additional. So, flowing for it.
Yeah. And we should have sat there. Erling Haaland, 3 attempts, 3 on target, 2 goals.
And that's half time. Referee blows his whistle in this one. And it's not necessarily been the most enjoyable 45 minutes of action. But we did get a goal within the first 70 seconds of this game. It was a mistake at the back from Bentancur. Really weak ball he tried to play towards his goalkeeper, Szczesny. And the Iranian striker, Kale, surprised he's not in the chat tonight, Mehdi Taremi got himself a pivotal goal for Porto. But since then, I think the best chance of the game we had was the bicycle kick from Adrian Rabiot. Would have been an absolute brilliant goal had Marquesi not got his fingertips to it. But at half-time, my bet is ruined, so I'm very upset about that.
At half-time, my bet is ruined?
I don't think Pirlo will care about that because I think he's got some work to do with his side. 1-0 at half-time.
He's really got to do something here. 1-0 down to Porto, where the away goals matter. They do. Yeah. And it's embarrassing from you there.
It's really embarrassing indeed. 1-0 City as well. Kieran and Daz put it in the chat. Phil Foden got his name onto the score sheet there. So good start for Manchester City. But I'm pretty sure it's half-time in your game now as well.
Yeah, it is. Just ref pulled the whistle around 10 seconds ago, 15 seconds ago. We're on advert break.
Not bad. 4 goals in that one. Of course, it was actually Sevilla who opened the scoring in that game. But Dortmund running riot?
Yeah. I want to say running riot because Sevilla have actually enjoyed, let me just refresh it, but I'm pretty confident Sevilla have actually enjoyed more possession. If I can load up the game. I don't know why that's not. But I think Sevilla have enjoyed more possession, but Dortmund have just been way more clinical. And it's that counter-attack. Sevilla have looked shaky on the break. Dortmund think, Sevilla, 65% possession, Dortmund 35%. But you look at the score and you think it's all Dortmund. Just more efficient with the ball. Sevilla, they've tried to play balls in, and the defence for Dortmund has actually been resilient. For once, I think Sevilla, there are definitely more goals to come for Sevilla. But I think when Sevilla score, Dortmund will score, unfortunately, for them. But it's been a very, very interesting game.
4 goals the first half. Still plenty of time for more action in that game. And talking about more action, we've still got lots to come on the Sports Corner over the next few days. Do keep your eyes out because, as we said before, the Europa League is back tomorrow night. Real Sociedad taking on Manchester United and Slavia Prague taking on Leicester. KD and Rowan will be live from 5:45 for that action. And then you could join us straight afterwards at 8 o'clock. Where we'll have the kickoff goal show. It'll be me, KD, KL, Adam, you name it. They're all going to be there. That's from 7:50. Friday morning, Adelaide United take on Central Coast Mariners. It's going to be the A-League. It's back. Of course, we had a few issues last week. It should be back from Friday at 8 p.m. And then I'm going to record very soon the next episode of the Double Top podcast. We'll be talking about the Ladbrokes Masters, Q School, and everything to do with the world of darts. Keep your eyes out for that. I'm going to record that soon, and hopefully that should be out within the next few days, if not in the next week. It's just trying to cram every little bit in right now. It's such a nightmare, so much to do. But that is all of the content to come. And remember, if you haven't checked out our social media yet, then please do. We've still got lots of stuff to come, not just on our YouTube channel, but on our website as well, which is the sports-corner.com. There are new articles available every single day on the website. We've had a few of them go up today, including 5 players to look out for in the UCL knockout stages, alongside a few other pieces, special player previews and a few other pieces over the next few days. Rowan's got one going up tomorrow about Slavia Prague, of course. Why Slavia Prague are going to be dangerous to watch against Leicester City. But please do check it out. Link will be in the description, as always, the sports-corner.com. And if you haven't checked out our social media links, then please do. Our Twitter is @the_top corner. And our Instagram is _sportscorner_. Do check out those. We always tweet out when we go live and when we put up our new articles. As Kyle puts the link in the chat, what an absolute legend you are. And I'm also going to announce on stream a special tournament that you guys can play in. Now, because we've got a lot of subscribers that have joined us recently on the channel, most of you won't be aware of what we did in the summer. So in the summer, I ran a virtual Euro 2020 tournament. Of course, you'll know we didn't have the Euro 2020 take place, so we did a virtual sim tournament on PES. We're bringing it back. If you've been in it before, you know it was quite exciting. It was quite dramatic. We had a bloody good time doing it. and we're bringing it back once again. Now, it's not a Europa League one, but it is a Champions League one. But you'll be able to see on your screen, we need 32 players in this tournament for this to work. It's free to play. There's a cash prize on the line for the winner. So there is an incentive, whether you want cash or you want a gift card. If you win it, then that's yours to decide. We need 32 players to play. Now, if there's more than 32 and we can get 64, we will then run a Europa League tournament as well. So we'll have 64 players playing off for a cash prize. Now, if you want to take part, then do say in the chat. We're going to get a list going. It's free to play. It's a sim tournament, so there'll be a live draw where the team will be decided. You don't get to choose, unfortunately, which is a bit of a shame, but that's all part of the sweepstake idea of it. And we will be doing it on the YouTube channel most likely, so I'll upload the games live. We'll do highlights and stuff like that. And if you haven't seen it before, go back on the further videos. Check out when we did the Euros one a couple of months ago, and that'll give you a rough gist of how it wants to work. But as I said before, we need 32 players for this tournament. It's free to play, and the winner will get a cash prize or a gift card. So if you want to play, do say in the chat. I'll put your name down. But it is a case of the first 31 people to message will get in first. The reason why it's 31 is because one of those spots is going to be for charity. So the winner, if charity wins, of course, we'll send the money over to charity. But as Rowan thumbs down's charity, hopefully no charities see it. But there are 31 spots available. So do put in the chat if you want to play, because I will be advertising it on Twitter after this stream tonight. So first come, first served on this one. As I said, if we get more than 32, then we'll do a Europa League one as well if we can get 64 people. That'll be coming in the next few days, maybe the next few weeks. But do say in the chat if you want to take part. But it's 1-1 in the Everton game. Digne scored. So not a bad game, that one so far. But not a bad game in yours either, is it, Rowan?
No.
It stands 3-1.
Yeah, 3-1 as it stands. It's been Sevilla took the lead very early on with Suso, but Mudhood. I want to call him Mudhood, but he's Dahoud just doesn't sound right. Dahoud scores a lovely goal outside the box. Just takes a lovely touch, puts it in the back of the net. The second goal came from that man, Erling Haaland, who just breaks away from three players. It's just classic Haaland being Haaland. Uses him and Sancho linking up really well to get the goals. Apologies, I've just nicked some water, but him and Sancho linking up incredible to get the second leg. The third goal is just a lovely counter attack from Marco Reus, and plays it through to Haaland, and we sat here 3-1 to Dortmund, where it looked like it was going to be Sevilla 1-0.
It's a very, very good game indeed. I mean, if you can get another 4 goals in that game, then it'd be quite a memorable first leg, to be fair. But even with 4 goals, it's been a brilliant start indeed. And as you said, possession-wise, they're dominating Sevilla. And I think even, they will go in at half-time and think, we've still got a chance in this game because we have had chances.
Yeah, that's the thing. They've had moments. They've dominated the ball just when they've had their moments. Either poor finishing, good defending, good keeping. I don't know what changes he really makes, Lopetegui.
Well, let's get the teams up. That's not the one. Let me go back. There we go. So the Sevilla team, that is the bench that they've got right now. They've got a few decent players that could come on. Mania, Luke de Jong.
Yeah, I think maybe you play Luke de Jong. You bring Luke de Jong and as a striker, I think I don't know who you take off because Papu Gomez hasn't played bad. Maybe take Suso off, maybe take Enesiri off at striker, put Luke de Jong up front, and just have a guy who'll probably look himself a goal and actually play well. Munir possibly just had a bit of ejection pace, or maybe just for you, Josh, Goodell.
We'd like him to come on and score a scream. If you were watching the Euro playoffs, you'll remember that one, of course. As for Dortmund, I know, of course, they're doing quite all right so far. I don't think they realistically need to make any changes. Who do you see maybe coming on if it gets a little bit more convincing they can start resting players?
I think it'll be Schultz. Schultz will come on. I dissed Schultz at the weekend. I was like, why is he bringing Schultz on for a midfielder? Schultz did play really well, so I've got to let him off there. I think Gio Reyna is a shoo-in to come on. Brandt as well. There's only 3 subs in it.
5.
Is it 5? Schultz, Brandt, Rainier, your guarantees. Then, depending on how the game is going, Mukoku and Rainier, probably. I'd like to see Ansgar Knauf come on. Also, Stefan Tiggs is bouncing off of 2 goals for the under-23s. So
maybe bring him on, give him the confidence boost by playing him in the UCL. You never know, it could work. Daz has asked in the chat, can it be on FIFA, Josh? It is on FIFA, Daz. You don't even need the game. Because it's a simulated tournament, you don't actually need the game because the games will play out themselves. But what I will do is I will put a video up on the channel at some point, maybe tonight or tomorrow in the morning, just giving people a rundown of how it's going to work and stuff. And as I said, then you guys can get first dibs on it. But I will probably halfway through the game, just in case anybody's left and come back in, I will probably advertise it once again and just give you guys a quick rundown of it. But as I said, if you want to play, just put it in the chat. Free to play. You don't need the game. The games are simulated, so you don't need a controller or anything to play. The games will play out themselves. And Kieran just put the chat. Richarlison equalised, not Digne. And Daz put he gave it to Charles. Richarlison, I meant the ref, which is that's fair. But we have had a question in the chat. Well, it's not really a question, but Kyle's put, I sort of stopped playing PES ever since then. UEFA competitions were given to FIFA, which they made a mess of, in my opinion. Can't wait for PES. 2122 was they may be improving the game. That is another 101 years away, Kyle.
Kyle, if you think you're living that long, fair play.
Kyle, are you immortal? Are you hiding something from us, mate?
Like the Queen.
PES 2122, long way before we get to that. And talk about teams a long way away from home. Juventus, currently in Portugal right now. Bit like a Dorothy situation right now. Long way from home and a long way from going through to the next round of the Champions League because they're 1-0 down right now and they have been, to be quite honest with you, shit, if I'm being truthful. Terrible performance so far. Ronaldo's done nothing in this game. It's been a lackluster performance, and I have to say, I do think we'll see some changes fairly quick. In fact, I feel like we might even see 1 or 2 changes at half-time. We already saw Chiellini come off early on in the game. I think he slightly tweaked something, so he didn't want to risk an injury. So he came off the pitch, and Medef Demiral came on instead. But I do see someone like Morata or Dybala coming on at some point in this game. I'm actually quite surprised Dybala's not played more for Juventus. I think he's been one of those players where he's bloody good to watch on his day, but he just doesn't get to play as much, which for a player of his quality, he should be playing week in, week out. So I do think we'll see Dybala come on at some point. And even Morata at some point will probably come on in this game. He tends to be one of Pelo's favourites to come on in a match later on into a game. But they need to change something up quick.
Juventus are not shafted, but they have got that one less sub, haven't they, from the early change. It sort of plays into Porto's favour in terms of tactically.
It does, but then I think you've got to say at the same time, you've only got to look at that Juventus bench and it's instantly better than Porto's side will be for a long time. You know, they've got quality players on the bench and in the starting 11 that, you know, realistically, a team like Juventus should go out there and win games comfortably. You know, this isn't the side, what we saw the last couple of years where they used to have the likes of Dani Alves and Mandzukic and stuff and they batter teams. They're in a period of transition, but they seem to just be so crap recently. You know, that we're not forgetting that the last knockout game they played was against, I think, Lyon, and they were terrible in that. And yet again, I know this is only leg 1 and there's a long way to go, but if they keep playing the way they are right now, they are going to struggle to get anything from this match because we've had 1 shot on target, and that 1 shot on target, fully enough, was the Adrien Rabiot bicycle kick. Apart from that, nothing else.
I mean, in the stats, it looks good, innit? When people go, oh, you only had 1 shot. But yeah, it was like an overhead, weren't it? So, like, it's class.
It's good when it goes in the back of the net, but if we're talking at the end of the match as that being the only shot on target, I'd be quite worried, especially when you've got someone like Ronaldo up top who you would expect to put the ball in the back of the net. But, I mean, you look at the Porto bench, you know, they haven't necessarily got major stars that they can bring on. But they have got recognisable players. Felipe Anderson, he's struggled since moving from West Ham to Porto on loan. But I do see someone like him maybe coming on, you know, with that extra bit of pace to get at Juventus late on in the game. Might come in handy. But they've also got former West Ham man Tony Martinez as well. He's another one who's on the bench. So I do see some attacking changes later on. As I said, I think Porto will look to try and get a second goal in this game just to make things a little bit more comfortable. But it wouldn't surprise me if Juventus did score in this second half, because I would assume not Gattuso, Pirlo said some quite nasty words at half time.
The one thing I do love, right, is it was the interview. I was after the game last week in the Dortmund game, where all the players were looking thing. And I think it was Chan who went around everyone and said, get your effing head up and thingy. And we've just seen it there in the tunnel this time, where all the players are riling each other up. It's sort of something that they hadn't had in these past couple of games, obviously demotivation, but clearly this 3-1 could really help them. And I think, unfortunately, into Sevilla, it'll be very interesting what happens when they go to. They won't go to Germany. Where will they go?
Yeah, it's interesting.
They haven't organised it.
No, they haven't yet. So maybe it's just a case of maybe in a few weeks the situation might change. But I would assume probably the game will be played in a neutral venue.
Yeah.
That'd be my guess.
I just find it very strange that there's going to be a subsphere. I just find it very strange that it wasn't happening in terms of like, you know what I mean? In terms of like they had announced it, like Leipzig had announced it, etc. Very strange.
Yeah, it's a bit of a weird one, isn't it? I'm guessing they're probably in that situation, just trying to leave it to the last second so they don't have to change venues. But is that somebody coming on?
There's someone going off, and it's Rakitic coming off. But it's Goodell's coming on, Josh.
Oh, you'd love to see that.
With his sexy Nike headband. Also, I forgot how much chicken makes your mouth dry, so I genuinely do apologise.
It's all right. You've got another 45 minutes. Windvar's, but I think Dortmund's home game will be in Hungary, probably at the Puskás Arena, like the Leipzig-Liverpool game. I don't think, though, we've had any changes in this game.
Strange. I suppose Pirlo won't want to waste another sub as of yet.
Yeah, I'm thinking maybe give it 15, 20 minutes, and then if it's still the same situation, bring on someone like a Dybala to change this match. But I'm hoping it's a bit more lively because, you know, as I said, we had that first goal in the 70 seconds in, but he's kind of died off after that.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens with ours because this is really going to test out the team's mental not capacity, but willpower to go, yes, we are 2 goals down. But if Sevilla can bring it back, what a comeback for them.
Yeah, I mean, if they can make it 3-3, I know, of course, Dortmund have got 3 away goals, but it's massive for them because I think because it'll be in a neutral venue, most likely, it does change it up a little bit. Just it's going to make it harder for Dortmund to be able to go into the match and feel comfortable.
Yeah.
We've just kicked off for the second half.
Nice. We've been going for a minute.
Oh, chance for Porto already. Chance for Musa Mariga. It's in. He's 2-0. What a start. 20 seconds on the clock. And the submarine striker puts the ball in the back of the net. The submarine machine makes it 2-0. What a start. I mean, literally, the tactic for Porto there was to send every man up the pitch and hit it long from kickoff. Wow. And it's worked. What a start. And Sergio Conceição's side have doubled their lead. And that's the start you want.
It literally a repeat of the first half, really, isn't it? Just a lot quicker.
I mean, I've got to say, I thought at first that Mariga's first touch completely took the ball away from him. It was a really awful first touch. But I think in that situation, Demiral probably didn't expect him to take as bad of a touch. He backs off and puts the ball in the back of the net. 20 seconds is all it took this time. They didn't need 70.
This is dangerous for Juve. Very dangerous.
Come on, Porto.
You love it, don't you?
You love it. You love to see an outsider win. And it goes back to Alexa's point, about how, a lot of the teams like Istanbul, Başakşehir and those teams that aren't in the top 5 divisions don't tend to see the knockout stages as much. But I think Porto have been one of those sides in the last couple of years that have just been so consistent at getting to the knockout stages. Yeah. They are a good side to watch on the day, and fair play to them. And Kale's just put, nice to see my prediction of Juve winning the whole thing is going well, but there's a chance here for Juve. Player's gone down in the box. Referee says no to a penalty shout. And Porto are going to come away again here. Good tackle in the end by Alex Sandro.
Good defending, Matteo.
This game might liven up now because Juve have got to go for it.
Well, yeah, true.
Oh.
Matteo Mori gave away a free kick. They took it quick, but Mori covers really well. But still whip it in. Gomez. Oh, skins Mori. I've just praised him. Gomez! The cross comes in. It's flicked over by, I think it's Marco Reus. See, now the cross, it skins Matteo Mori. Cross comes in and it's flicked over by Marco Reus for another Sevilla corner. It'll be Suso who just crosses in. But bright sides for both sides here.
Very good. Windhouse put bloody Porto 2-0. Hell, this week isn't good.
Wow.
And Cal's put Porto have been playing brilliantly. And I agree with you. You know, at the end of the day, as I said, they didn't have to, in that first half, push men forward and desperately get a second. But the way that they organised themselves straight from kickoff, lumping every man forward, you know, when you've got a player like Musa Marega, who is really tall and really quick,
yeah,
it's the perfect tactic, and it
you know
works.
what? That's the thing is, they are the underdogs, and they were the underdogs in this game. Play to the underdog state. You don't have to win your starts. Haaland, poor ball by De Hood. Could have been another counter, but you don't have to win the game by stats.
No.
You just have to win it at the end of the day. And as for Porto, I don't think they care if, let's say, Juventus finished the game on 90% possession. Porto go would be 2-0.
Yeah, exactly. As you said, you don't have to play nice, you know, enjoyable football to get a result. You know, if you're a Spurs fan, you watch that every week with Mourinho. No offense, but it's one of those where they're playing really, really well. Yeah. And as I said, it means that this second half might be very interesting because Juventus have got to push out and get a goal back now.
Yeah, it makes your game really interesting, isn't it? Because Juventus can't just do what they did the first half and sort of amount the pressure. They've really got to just go for it now, really.
And it might make Pirlo maybe think about a change.
You'd hope so, wouldn't you? I think going 2 down.
Well, this is the thing, isn't it? You've literally just done the team talk, trying to G your players up, and then 20 seconds in to the second half, you switch off, which they did in the first half.
It's the worst start you can have.
Yeah, exactly, and go 2-0 down. But they're coming forward here. It'll be a really good chance. Ball played to Kulusevski. Goalkeeper comes out. Oh, and it was so nearly put in the back of the net by, I think it was Pepe who very nearly put it in his own goal. Not much he could have done about it. It's going to have to play for a corner.
Nothing much going on. Just Dortmund playing out the back. Could have been a counter-attack opportunity, but Navas as well to cover Sancho.
Vin Barnes put first boss 4-1. Now Ronaldo losing. God, this week is cursed. It definitely is for Messi and Ronaldo fans. Ball's been lofted in from the corner, and it's cleared away. Porto going to get the ball.
Go on.
And they're not in the end. Deflection goes away. All good.
Tell you what, it's one thing I don't like. I hate players over simulating, and I think Bellingham's took that from England and he's brought it over to Germany. And I think that's probably, like, it's not an awful. Goodell just takes his legs out, not an awful landing or anything, and he rolls around. Then he gets up straight. I'm like, just the ref's going to give a foul because it was a very clear one. You don't need to do. Don't need to come Randy Orton.
No, that is, to be fair, I think there's a lot of players that do tend to do that. I guess the most obvious example is Neymar, isn't it, of a player who kind of does the acrobatics when it comes to diving. Yeah. Jack Grealish, I'd probably say to a certain extent, it's tactical. It
wins. It doesn't win games. Well, it does. It wins games. It turns the tide in your favor.
Oh, what a save! Oh, what a chance it was. I'm sorry to jump in.
That's all right.
This game has really come to life for Porto. And there's a worry for me here that Juventus could go down a very similar path to how Barca did, where they just got caved open. The back line is having a nightmare tonight. I said it was a disaster class in the first half. Sergio Oliveira runs about 35 yards on his own. Players backing off, gets into the box. Cuts onto his left stronger foot past Emerald, and Szczesny makes a very, very good save. Could have been 3-0.
Wow. If it's 3-0, surely it's game over. Surely.
Levi's put, hi, is Ronaldo playing well? I'm not watching. He genuinely, Levi has been terrible tonight. Genuinely terrible. But that's not just Ronaldo. It's the whole Juventus team that is playing shocking right now. And then Cal's point, as the saying goes, it's not how much more possession you have, it's what you decide to do with it that's important. You're spot on. Absolutely spot on.
I tell you what, a player who's had a really good game today is Dahoud. He hasn't played much, but he's really trying to show Edin Terzic and possibly Marco Rosa that he deserves to be in his plans either when he joins or deserves to play when Terzic is still there.
Yeah, that's something we haven't actually talked about, is it? Marco Rose coming in. I mean, Dahoud would be quite happy, former Gladbach player. Exactly.
I think it's a tough way. It's strange, isn't it, announcing him now?
Yeah. Do you think they did it because of leaks and pressure?
100%, but like it doesn't. It won't. I think it justifies Gladbach because Dortmund. Terzic is still staying at Dortmund. Zorga said that he wants to keep Terzic at the club, so Terzic might go manage the under-18s or something. Because obviously Rosa is bringing his entire assistant staff with him, and I'm just worried that this will sort of leave him in a bad headspace for Gladbach.
Yeah, it's one of those. Like I'm trying to think of how to put it. It's not what you want, is it? You don't want to at this stage, halfway through a season when Gladbach are doing really well and Dortmund are struggling. You don't want to come out and say, "Look, I'm moving clubs." But I think it's pressure that forced him
100%
into saying that he was leaving, and whether it affects the rest of the season or not, I don't know. Because I remember when Niko Kovac announced he was going to Bayern. I think they announced that halfway through the season as well, and I'm pretty sure Frankfurt had a bit of a dip in form until they played them in the final and they beat Bayern.
Yeah.
So it can work both ways.
Yeah, so we're also getting 3 changes here. Sevilla, Lopetegui really trying to change it up. I think I saw Luke de Jong, Munir and someone else. Could have been Gomez, possibly.
Not messing about. I think there'll be a few changes here soon, to be fair, because so far, Porto kind of been running the last 10 minutes, the first 10 minutes of this second half, and they're coming forward again here. Going to be a good chance. Levi did ask in the chat, though, while Porto just play it around the middle of the pitch. Is it just that he hasn't got the ball, or is he not using it well? I mean, I'll give him the very, very minor credit that he's not had the ball passed to him a great deal. But I don't know whether that's the fact that, as I said, the whole Juve team right now is just not playing well. And I think when he's had the ball at points, Levi, he has struggled a little bit in this match. It's mad to say that a defence of Mbemba and Pepe is keeping Ronaldo quiet. Who would have thought that?
I mean, Pepe played with Ronaldo for a while, so clearly he knows how he operates.
But if you'd have said to Chancellor Mbemba when he was at Newcastle all those years ago, you will eventually play in the Champions League against Ronaldo, he would have probably said, "You're having a laugh."
You'll have him in his back pocket, in your back pocket as well.
Yeah, exactly. It's crazy. I mean, KD put in the chat, Ronaldo not turning up in the first leg to blitz the second leg and score a hat-trick. Well, did it before, didn't he? As we said before with the Atletico game. Might do it again.
It was Oliver Torres who warming up. I've seen the numbers. So the subs haven't been made yet, but it's definitely de Jong, Munir and Oliver Torres.
Nice.
Well, not going to be made yet, but...
Ball cleared away, lofted towards Kulusevski, but it's cleared. And every man pretty much playing deep in their own half right now for Porto. Hit him on the break, why not? You've got the 2 goals now.
Exactly.
You've got position.
You've got that cushion where you can sort of just sit back, play the counter game, and if they do sort of break that up and go again, then you can go back to what you know.
Yeah, exactly. And I think they're going to make a change as well. So we'll probably see a change in a second. But Porto coming forward again. Going to be a foul, I think. No, referee's going to play on. Good chance there for, I think it was Otavio on the left-hand side trying to dance his way past the Juve defence. But good work in the end.
Sevilla in the past 5 minutes have enjoyed a lot of the ball and doing a little bit better with it. It was, who was it then? I think it was Jordan who plays the ball in, but it's on the wing, crossed in and Hitzel collect it. Just Sevilla, they had the ball for a good 2 minutes, 3 minutes, not letting Dortmund on it. But it was Izquierdo who plays a poor ball in, blocked by Mateo Mora, and Hitzel collects it. Yeah,
we're going to have a change. Octavio's coming off Brazilian. Not actually seen a great deal of him today, which is not a bad thing, in a game like this. But they're bringing on Luis Diaz, Colombian,
That's lovely. Sancho plays it to De Hood. Haaland outside the box. Haaland, poor second touch. Can't get it under control, but he'll fight back for it. But again, that's all De Hood. Comes to give Sancho some support. Him and Sancho link up really well. Guess Haaland doesn't do amazing with the ball. But De Hood there, playing very well right now.
I get nervous every time Szczesny touches the ball at the back, and it's not even to do with Szczesny. It's just passing it out to the right player, because he made the mistake before, which nearly cost him. And then, of course, he was part of the mistake for the first goal. But
yeah,
really, really poor from Juve. I'd be very surprised if there's no changes made in the next 5 minutes.
Well, I don't want to say do you think Pirlo gets sacked, but he's fourth in the league when Juve should be first. Do you think it depends to see how the second leg goes? Or keep it till the end of the season?
I wouldn't say he gets sacked after this. I think it's a very different situation to the Sarri one. Because the thing is, because the last Champions League was done at the very end of the season because of COVID, it didn't matter whether Sarri was sacked or not, because there wasn't going to be any football for a few months. While now, if you sack Pirlo, there's a few good managers out there you could bring in. You could bring Allegri back if you wanted to. But I think it's one of those where they obviously have a plan of having Pirlo for the long run. You know, he's going to be the Italian Lampard. They realistically, we know he didn't work for Lampard at Chelsea, he got sacked, but they want to have him over a long period of time to develop the club.
Yeah, 100%.
So I don't think he'll get sacked. Enough. Yeah, and they put the trust into him. He's a big gamble. You've only got to think that he came into the club originally as the under-21 manager and then got upgraded a week later. So,
which is, yeah. By the way, the changes that were made, it was Enesire, Gomez, and Suso. So all entire front three training. It was Munir, De Jong, and Oliver Torres who've come on. So yeah, front three change there.
Really going for it, Sevilla. I mean, you can't blame them, can you?
No. I mean, you've been on the back foot in terms of you're losing, but you've enjoyed the possession. So maybe just freshen it up front. See if these three players can make a difference. Late challenge.
Poor ball in the end again. It's the final third. They're just struggling so far to get the ball to Kulusevski and Ronaldo. It's been really, really poor.
Yeah, it's foul on Bellingham by De Jong. Let's wait and see. This game really hasn't had that sort of energy that the first half had. Which is,
I mean, it's understandable because Dortmund, very similar to Porto, they don't have to desperately run out there. They've got 3 away goals now. But if Sevilla get a second, then it might just make Dortmund think twice about whether a 3-2 lead is going to be good enough for them going into potentially, I'm not saying fingers crossed, but potentially into a neutral stadium.
Yeah. It'll be interesting. I think if we get to the 70th minute, I think that's when we'll see Turuc making changes. Obviously, no changes yet from him. I mean, it's also interesting to see how that announcement will affect Turuc. I think Turuc knew he wasn't going to be the permanent manager, but it might just be think, well, am I now going to have to fight to keep a job in Dortmund? I know Zorc said he wanted to keep him, like I said, but will that be the back of the head, or will he just go, I'm not going to be coaching this side next year? I don't think he will believe that. I don't think any interim manager would believe that. But
no, you can look at it in the other way and think, well, for him, is he thinking, well, this might be the best chance to get at a job? So very similar to the Flick situation. Go out there and show what you can do, because you never know if he goes on an incredible run of form now and let's say Dortmund win the next 15, 20 games in a row or something stupid. You never know if maybe another club comes calling for a manager. You never know.
I think he'll go into the... that's foul's not given. I think he'll go back working into the sort of academy or the under 23s, 21s, or Dortmund 2 even. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens with Turuc. I don't think he is actually a bad manager, just a bit inexperienced. That's a great ball, though, onto the other side of the pitch. Navas tries to play it and Guerrero blocks. That's a great switch of play on. I don't know who it was on the left. I'm just trying to think. It would have been Rakitic, maybe? No, Rakitic came off.
It's gone off, hasn't it, I think.
Jordan, man. I didn't see him play it, but Navas is on the wing.
Just Juve having a bit of patient build-up play. On the left wing, just outside the box, McKennie plays it to Kulusevski inside the box, back to McKennie again. I think he was going to try and curl that top bins. Finds a lovely pass towards Bentancur, now into Chiesa, gives the ball away. Reckless there, and Porto will counter.
I nearly got baited by, do you know, an overhead. This time he was outside the box and he controls it and he's on the swivel. But I was like, he's not going to shoot from there, and he doesn't. He tries to play it to the wing. But there was a part of me outside the box scissor kick. Oh,
that would have been saucy. We had, of course, bicycle kick earlier on. I was going to say very quickly, while we got a chance, while things have gone a little bit quiet, just going to advertise again. For those of you that weren't in the stream at half time and you might have missed it, we are going to be doing, in the next couple of days at some point, a virtual simmed FIFA tournament. Basically, what that means is we're going to do a Champions League sim tournament, which you don't have to have the game. Been a chance?
It's Jesus Navas spins Guerrero. The cross comes in, and it's fumbled in the box, and it's Izquierdo who tries to put it in. And I think he goes out for a Sevilla corner, but Jesus Navas does really well. Crosses the ball in. Very deflection there. Yeah, Izquierdo goes put in. It's a great block by, I think that was More. But Sevilla corner here. Crossed in.
Moment.
And it's headed away by Matt Hummels.
Unlucky. Would have been a big chance then. When you got somebody like Luke de Jong in the box as well, you could maybe get it towards his head. But yeah, we're going to do a virtual sim FIFA tournament, Champions League one, in the next coming days. You don't need the game. It's a sim tournament. So you get a team which we're going to do a live draw for. You don't get a pick. It's like a sweepstake type thing. There's going to be a cash prize or a gift card on the line. Depending on what you want, if you're the winner. We need 32 players for this tournament. We're going to probably stream it on the YouTube channel, so you get to watch the games live. We need 32 players for it. It's free to play. There's going to be a cash prize on the line. If you want to participate in the tournament, then please do say in the chat. I haven't tweeted it out yet, so when it is tweeted out, it's first come, first served. If there's 32 people, we'll do a Champions League one. If there's more than 32 people, we can get 64. Then we're going to do a Europa League one as well, so people don't miss out. So if you want to play, once again, you don't need a PlayStation or an Xbox. It's a sim tournament. The winner gets cash prize, free to play. Put your name in the chat if you want to play. I'll put your name down on the list. First come, first served for that. But we've just got less than half an hour left. Porto 2-0 up against Juventus. And Dortmund 3-1 up against Sevilla.
Yeah, we just had an opportunity there. More and Sancho, More can't play them. Bellingham tries to play through Haaland, and it's blocked well in Sevilla now. Luke de Jong's has been. I thought that could have been a penalty or shout there. Referee said there's not enough in it, but he still found his way outside the box. Diego Carlos crosses it in, blocked by More. It'll be cleared by Marco Rose. I realise I'm a bit of an idiot. I could have been to this game with commentary, and I just haven't.
Yeah, true. Bentancur's had let it rip from about 35 yards out. Good chance there. And no, it wasn't a Beyblade who let it rip. Really good effort in the end. Just
reference
over the bar. Marquezine doesn't have to get his hand onto it, but a good chance there. Jude says, me please if you're doing it now. It's not going to be now. It's going to be in the next coming days when we've got a little bit more free time. But if you're still up for it, I can put your name down. What's the game? It's a FIFA Sim tournament. So it'll be a Champions League one. It's a simulation tournament. So nobody plays each other just to make it fair. So everybody's got a chance. But as I said, if you want to play and be a part of it, I'll put your name down on the list. And first come, first served on that one. As Chris has said, to put your name down. So I will put your name down as Porto come forward again. Diaz. Trying to dance his way around. I think it's Danilo, but he does well to clear it in the end. And a good chance for Porto to get the third. So
talking about that penalty opportunity, De Jong does go down and kind of sort of tugs at the shirt. I don't think there was enough in it for a penalty, but it's a shout. It's a shout for Sevilla.
Definitely a shout indeed. G6, you want your name down on the list? I will put you on it. Thank you very much.
Josh Wills just said, do you want me to begin jotting down names?
If you want to, Will.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I thought he put Nahis, but I've just got a bit of dirt on my screen.
No, it's all right. Thank you, Will. Do put the names down for me. Greatly appreciate it, buddy. Benal says he wants to be in as well. Perfect. So what we'll do with that, as I said, we'll stream the games on YouTube, so you guys can watch them. If you played in the Euro one before, it's not going to be as long. It's not going to be over a few weeks like we did last time. It'll probably be literally maybe 3 or 4 days, and we get it done very quickly. But as I said, if you want to play it, we'll get your names down. It's you guys have got first dibs. I haven't even tweeted it out yet.
So great tackle.
Doesn't know.
Oh, I made that tackle. It was Chan. He proper. Oh! It's a proper League 2, League 1 challenge. Just puts his body through the player, but wins the ball. And then a bunch of Sevilla players think, oh, we're getting a bit of afters now. Calm down, lads. Calm down.
Getting a bit scrappy.
That's Oliver Torres and Chan. Chan's still chatting shit.
Oh, could be Chan.
But it was Chan just a
playing it
great...
in. Oh, still got the ball. Oh, Diaz goes for the bicycle kick. And Chesney has to punch it over the top of the crossbar. And very nearly, we had a bicycle kick goal. But it's actually, I think, going to be a goal kick in the end.
Risky there by Munir. No connection, but he sort of puts his knee up and you see studs in the air. Luckily, no connection.
Oh, what a chance. Surely that's a corner. He flicks it up to take the bicycle kick. It's brilliant, brilliant a piece of work there from the Porto front line. And Chesney, he does get a touch on it, but I think they've given that has to be a corner, surely. He's tipped it on the line, so it's not like it's gone over the crossbar.
No.
And it was given as a goal kick.
Oh, strange.
Which is a bit of a weird decision.
Spooper.
It must have been the angle.
No changes yet for Dortmund as we're about to hit the 70th minute.
No changes for Juventus in the second half yet. Which, if the guy earlier was talking about how Pirlo spins a wheel, I'm guessing he must not be spinning a wheel for the substitutes because he's just not bothered changing anything. Bentancur's taken on another. Danilo's taken on a 30-yard effort. It's just gone blazed over.
Also, I haven't checked. Did you see Oldham score yesterday, Josh?
No, what happened?
4-3. We lost to
Jesus.
Forest Green. Mental game. We should have got a draw. Stupid refereeing, but both teams just didn't want to defend.
7
How
goals,
Rotherham getting
them? Still 1-0 down right now, but apparently we've played all right. So
that's nice.
Not too bad. And then Daz has put, if Will's still in chat, go on then, put me on the list, please. Go on, Daz. The thing is, as I said, we did the first tournament, the Euro one. If you want to kind of see what it's like, go down a couple of months on the YouTube videos, and it's there to look at. It'd be very similar.
Oh, that's a great ball over the top. Marco Reus got into a great defending from Diego Carlos. That is a lovely ball. Reus nearly gets onto the end of it, but good defending from Carlos. That's nice little football. Haaland does really well, wins the ball back. Reus takes a shot, he's blocked. De Hood now. De Hood's outside the box still. Puts it to the other side to Bellingham! Pulled away by Bruno! Reus shoots it to Haaland, and Haaland is offside.
Oh, good block. What a save from Marquezine. And it's offside anyway.
It was all going on then.
Drama for a second. More drama in yours
really
than mine.
well. Finds Bellingham outside. Bellingham just lets it rip like a Beyblade, as he said. And then Reus has a shot and it just comes off Haaland. So close.
And a massive chance we had here. I think it was Chiesa hit a shot on the volley from inside the box. Good effort. Slight deflection from Wilson Manafa. Forces Marquezine to have to make a save. Punches it away. Does really well there. And I've got to say, Marquezine's not had much to do tonight. And Pirlo still hasn't made a change.
And I say with Terzic because it's just another severe change, but the final change is going to be who's coming on? Where is that? Number 8. So Juan Jordan's going to come off for Oscar Rodriguez.
Former Real Madrid man.
Yes, he is. Yep.
I thought it was the right one. I thought I said the wrong one for a second there, but no, he is.
Real Madrid
left.
Leganes player.
Was he Leganes after Real Madrid or before?
After.
Loan spell?
Yes, he's only 22, so. Was it a loan spell? I'm just looking. Yeah, it was a loan spell. Sevilla bought him off Real.
Loan spell, yeah. I thought he was.
But yeah, he's coming on. Hopefully he can make a bit of an impact for Sevilla. Again, Hummels is just going to get yellow.
Here.
Yeah, but say
so poor.
At least both teams have scored for me.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not too fussed if Juve don't score, to be honest, because Porto have played well. Like, they played really, really well, and I don't think, in my opinion, Juve deserve a goal.
Really?
Well, Pirlo's not bothered to make any changes so far, which I'm surprised about. I would have thought maybe someone like Morata or Dybala would have come on, maybe 15 or 20 minutes into this game. but he's left it. And Porto coming forward again here. Corona, good tackle in the end from Bentancur. Going to go out and play for a corner.
I mean, we've got a great free kick opportunity just a bit outside the box. But Rodriguez is standing over it like he's going to hit it. There's a lot of men in the wall. Rodriguez does hit it! What a save by Hitz! But that's a lovely hit by Rodriguez. Hitz makes a save. You know what? It's not a convincing one, but he makes it. But what a hit by Oscar Rodriguez. Way to make an impact if that goes in.
Would have been a brilliant chance indeed.
Well, I'm just watching the save. There was an offside flag up. That's a great... I think it either hits the post or the beer. We'll see it now. Or, you know what? It's not amazing free kicks. It's going to go to Hitz will save it. It hits Chan's back. Chan puts it into the post and Hitz gets a finger on it that just puts it out of the way danger. But Sevilla have got something in the boots right now. Great ball into the box. Find its way all the way through and Mora heads back to Hitz.
Big chance, big chance. Still waiting for Juve to do something in this game. Just passing around the back right now. It's like you just go out there and get an away goal. You need it. 2-1 looks much better than 2-0. You know, you're going to have to fight really, really hard to get back in. You have to score 3 goals. It'd be another big comeback potentially in the UCL. There might be even more here because it's a 4-on-4 and Porto are coming forward. It's going to be Diaz. Plays it to Uribe. Takes long-range effort on. Straight into the hands of Szczesny. From Sergio Oliveira there with an opportunity. Big moment. And I'm not even going to read that comment out. Well, welcome to the stream.
Welcome to the stream, botcom.
Perfect way to put it.
Hey, botcom.
Welcome to the stream. Thank you very much for joining us. Unbelievable.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Yeah, if you haven't already and you have enjoyed the watch along, then don't forget to leave a like and subscription because, as I said, tomorrow we have got more content to come on the channel with the Europa League. We've got 2 streams, 5:55. You can see Real Sociedad, Man United, Slavia Prague, Leicester. That's going to be with KD and Rowan. And then from 8 o'clock, there's going to be me, KD, KL, Will, Adam. It's a full house. We're going to be doing as many of the 8 p.m. kickoffs from the Europa League. So do check it out because it is going to be very, very good indeed, hopefully, with plenty of goals. But surely that's got to be a Porto free kick. Yeah, I think it is. It could be a Dortmund counter-attack here. Sancho on the left. He's got no options. He does really well, Jadon Sancho. Under pressure from Koundé and Navas. You know what? Just loses it under his feet. He never got any support. And then that is poor. And there will be a substitute. Is that number 30? It's Felix Paslak. Oh, here we go. This is what you like to see.
And he's coming on at left back. Guerrero coming off, possibly resting Guerrero. But yeah, Felix Paslak coming on as well.
Oh, this is a beautiful moment for Rowan.
And you know what? Great first play, great throw-in. Oh, he's given the ball away, but well done, Felix. Oh, he's won it back.
Oh, look at him. Oh, there's some nasty afters going on here.
Oh, that's lovely from Dahoud.
I don't know whether Demiral said something here, but Pepe is absolutely fuming. I think it's something to do with Demiral putting his fingers into Pepe's eyes because he was pointing and like doing that. So it looked like as if he put his fingers in his eyes there. But you know what Pepe is like. He's always the type of person who'll kind of get into any drama possible.
Oh, Dahoud plays a nice little ball. And it doesn't come to anything, Sevilla mate. Okay, right. We
you know
have popcorn.
I am going to get rid of that one because, you know, we like a joke on this channel, but try not to take it too far. Do you know what I mean? We're gonna tear that one out for now. But Kyle's taking part in the tournament. We love to see it. Come on, Kyle. There we go. Extra man in there. That's what we like to see. Is we finally have our first change of the match. But it's not what you think for Juventus. But it's not what you think it is. Aaron Ramsey has come on for Dejan Kulusevski.
Oh, for God's Jesus Christ.
This is, I mean, if the guy is still in the stream that I was saying earlier about Juventus spinning a wheel for their subs and the team, then please say whether you're in the chat or not, because I swear they've been spinning the wheel again, but it's a chance here for Juve to score, and it's a good save by Marquezine. Does really well to stop Morata, who's also come onto the pitch.
You said Marquezine hadn't been called into question yet. It seems like the second half he really has.
Yeah, they've come out a little bit, Juventus. As I said, Morata has come on as well. I didn't actually notice at first, which makes it more understandable why Ramsey's come on as well. But first little chance there, and I tell you what, depending on what happens in this next 15 minutes, I think Pel will be very annoyed with himself if a player like Morata bags himself a goal, because he'll be thinking, well, why didn't I not put him on earlier?
Yeah. And now the subs are happening, by the way, as Brandt is on the sidelines getting ready to come on. So we'll see. I don't know who comes off for. We'll wait and see. But Dortmund just in possession. Mori making a lovely drive down the middle. Matteo Mori tries to play through Haaland, and unfortunately Haaland goes one way and Sancho's too far wide.
What is he thinking there? I mean,
is it the eyes to the face to the fingers to the eyes?
No. Morata, I think, was going for what would have probably been the Puskas goal had that have gone in. It's the halfway line. He's hit it on the volley and it just dipped above the crossbar. Had that have gone in, it would have been one of the best goals I think I've ever seen.
Yeah. And Marco Reus is going to come off, by the way, the captain, and Julian Brandt is going to come on. Reus, you know what, had a really good game. He got the assist for Haaland's goal, and he's played really well. It's nice to see this team side play well. And you know what? For once, the defence.
Apparently, by the way, Will's just sent me a message saying apparently we've already got 16 people in for this competition.
Wow.
So we might have to look at maybe doing the Europa League as well at this rate, depending on what happens. We'll have to find out. But just look at the chat. KD saying Mahrez, of course, 2-1 to City right now. And then Carl's put, just as a heads up, I will be going out in the first round as I'm crap at FIFA, but maybe my CPU twin can do me proud if that's how it works. It is, Kyle, so don't worry. The CPU will hopefully help you out depending on what happens in those games. But yeah, we're doing it on FIFA this time because it's a bit more realistic. As Juventus very nearly put the ball in the back of their own net, and I think it was Rabiot from a free kick. Ball was put into the box. Rabiot got his head onto it, nearly put it in his own net.
Sorry, Josh, I've cut my head.
I was about to say, what have you done? Are you all right?
We'll just look this way.
We got a. We're going to have an injury break here on our own stream.
Can we time out, please?
Oh, well, Rowan's got an injury. Substitution.
Right, we're all right. I think I clicked spot. I think there might be another Dortmund sub here.
That's a really good ball. Oh, that was a real good chance.
Pop Good says hi.
Oh, well, welcome to the stream. Thank you very much. How are you doing today?
Don't know, 6. Don't know, I'm just cool. Cross comes in. Diego Carlos with the initial header. It's still on the floor. Brandt! It was an overhead. Oh,
another one. That's 3 we've had on the night.
He puts it way off the crossbar. There is a man down on the pitch, though. Yeah, we'll blame KFC's fault. I think I just nicked a spot, that's all. I had 2 there. Yeah, I've just nicked one, that's fine.
By the way, this Juve game is once again fucking up the other bet that I've got on. So I had another bet today, which was 6 teams, both teams to score. It's Barnsley Blackburn, which Blackburn scored their goal in the 94th minute. So cheers, Blackburn. Sevilla Dortmund, which of course is won by half time. Marseille Nice, which is 3-1. Everton City. Bournemouth Rotherham's got half an hour left, so that's got a lot of time to go. And Porto Juventus. Again. You
just need Juve to get you a goal.
Yeah, I do. And fairly fast, because we've got 10 minutes left here and time is running out. If they go out of this game with a 2-0 defeat, we might potentially have to see another inspired UCL comeback, depending on what happens with the rest of this game. But,
Bellingham's getting riled up here. He's complaining it's like the 5th time that he's been attacked. Not attacked. It's the 4th, 5th time that he's been stamped on or clipped at. I think the problem is he doesn't do himself justice. When he goes down, he throws himself. There's nothing in that. I think Torres just trips him up. He's complaining a lot there, Bellingham.
It's going to be, I think, maybe a chance here.
That's awful. From who was that? That was Chan, who just plays a really poor freak and gives it away, but no opportunities.
Going to be a chance here, maybe. Ball's been hit long. Going to come towards Adrian Rabiot. Now there's a chance here for Juventus. Lots of space. Ball flicked into the box. It's in!
Yeah! Come on, Rotherham.
Goal from Chiesa. Brilliant finish And that is the away goal Juventus needed. And with 10 minutes left on the clock, maybe even a comeback on the night. Brilliant finish from the Italian. And a really well-driven ball, as I think it was from Adrian Rabiot on the left wing. Guides it. Real good passing to Chiesa, who was calling for the ball. Lovely dinked finish, I think, with his right foot into the back of the net. Just curls it into the bottom left-hand corner. 2-1, game on.
You just need that Rotherham goal now.
I do, yes. And that will be, I think, £30 in the back pocket. So
nice.
I will take that indeed.
As Sevilla have got another dangerous free kick here. Yeah.
Do you think maybe this is a position for someone like maybe Gadels to just whack it?
No, because I think it's Rodriguez is standing over it, but I think it's an opportunity for De Jong or Gadels to get on to the end of this.
I tell you what, with the way the game's gone tonight...
And I say that Luke De Jong puts it in the back of the net.
It's 3-2. I was literally just about to say, with the way that this game has gone tonight, you might get a goal in that one as well. But Juve coming forward. Chance for Juve. Good save from McKesson. Comes towards Ronaldo. Chests it. Oh, and he's missed the volley. And that had to be put in the back of the net. Oh, but what happened with yours?
I think it's Rodriguez who plays the free kick. It's very similar to where he had his last one, where he took a shot just a bit further back. He said he absolutely pings the ball across. And then Luke de Jong breaks away from, I don't know who it was, maybe Chan, maybe Akanji, whoever it was, he's broke away from him. Looks like it's Chan, and it's a great finish by Luke de Jong. Hits possibly could have done better there, but this game, there is 7 minutes left.
What a miss in this game. I think Winvan might be watching this game as well. What chance it should have been 2-2. It should have been 2-2. I don't know how. I think it was Morata who had it's pretty much a one-on-one chance with Marquezine. I don't know how he's not put it in the back of the net, but it's such a brilliant, brilliant opportunity. They're going to come forward again here. Cristiano Ronaldo. Lovely ball into the box, but there's no one there. And he's going to have to play for a goal kick. Another chance as Juventus looking a bit more inspired in this game now.
Yeah, who'd have thought? These games have really just turned up because it's Sevilla coming again on the wing. This is Munir. Plays it into the middle field. And there's another free kick in the same spot this game. And it's Munir who does really well to win it. And it's going to be Rodriguez from where he took it from last time, where Hitz makes the save. Let's look at this. Okay, that is one of them. But dangerous opportunity now for Sevilla. In the space of 2 minutes, they could get back into this game, make it 3-3.
Which would be quite a crumble, wouldn't it, for Dortmund, considering, as I said, not necessarily in cruise control in that game in the first half, but no. to go from 3-1 to 3-3 will look pretty... it'd be another bad result again.
Yeah, it would. Another defensive problem, I think. The Luke de Jong goal came from a defensive just not watching de Jong. We'll see what happens here. Rodriguez, awful. He shoots this time and it goes all the way over the crossbar.
Oh, it's a lovely ball chance for Porto. Tries to hit it on the half volley. He's going to get a play for a corner. There might be a chance here maybe for Porto to try and get their 2-goal lead back. Luis Diaz, the substitute. Real good chance.
Now, if I'm Edin Terzic... Sorry.
I was about to say they're just a good side to watch.
Yeah, if I'm Edin Terzic, you've got to... The thing is, Sevilla have used all 5. Bring on fresh legs. Bring on Rainier, and bring on, I'm trying to think, Munir. Just gives it... I say that, and Bellingham played through Haaland. That's a great recovery challenge by Diego Carlos, and Bono gets it cleared to Jesus Navas, who gives it away to Paslak, who then gives it away, who then Dahoud wins it. Oh, Sancho's gone down injured, and he's clutching his leg here. And Paslak and Rodriguez into beef. Haaland and Rodriguez now getting into beef. Where's Sancho? Oh, Sancho's back up straight away, so it's nothing amazing. But
by the way, Katie's put in the chat, Rotherham best score. I've got them on my bet too. I'm not going to lie, I've just looked at the stats of the game and I might just cash it out. They've had 1 shot on target. Wow. It doesn't look like a great game in terms of opportunities. I think around a tenner.
I'll take it.
Just take it and save the money for the bets.
Looking at this now.
They're not doing much.
Sancho braces for the challenges. There is going to be substitutes. And it's a tall man, but it's not my tall man. It's Mounier, who will be coming on very soon.
Just looking at the chat, Range for Life. How are you doing? He says, got some breaking news. Celtic have won back-to-back games.
Wow.
Don't want to be seeing that, Rangers. You don't want to be seeing that. You want to see them lose. But Demiral's going to the book here. He had a card. 3 minutes left of this game. I think there might be 2 or 3 minutes of additional time in this one. But Porto here, not necessarily looking to hold on. But if they can get another goal in this game, then it would be absolutely massive.
There's another change, and I think it is Mounier. Is Mounier coming on? He's been out injured, and he will come on for number 8, who is... Well, okay, Dahoud. So I think they're going to go 5 at the back now. It's a shame, though. He's been man of the match this game. He's played better than Bellingham. I would have took Bellingham off.
It's an interesting one. It's an interesting one indeed.
I mean, he scored the goal that brought Dortmund back into this game. For me, this is the performance that he needed to prove to it, sort of himself and the club, that he does deserve to play. Man of the match for me, 100%, as Mounier comes on.
I mean, we've always put down, if Sancho falls down, then it will be bad.
No, it was fine. It was weak. Sancho braced for it, and then he got straight back up. But there was just you know what? Sevilla have done really well in this. Since that second goal of winded Dortmund up, it was Navas who pushes. That's a great ball. Luis de Jong can't get it under control. It can't be put back in. Mori will just get it clear, not as far as Diego Carlos is pushed up. And the ball's kept in. Sevilla have played very well here. Brown win the ball back, though. It's Bellingham to Chan. He's got Sancho on his left. Plays through to Sancho. Sancho 1-on-1 with Koundé. That is lovely by Jadon Sancho. Plays it out to the wide to Julian Brandt. Back to Sancho. Sancho outside the box. And it's just wide. So close from Jadon. That would have been a lovely Dortmund goal. But Sevilla have took it quick now. Jesus Navas. And Haaland crops him down. It's going to be a yellow card for Erling Haaland.
Paul looking to run the clock down here.
Yeah, 3 minutes at a time.
We've got 60 seconds left before we hit the 90th minute mark. I think there'll be probably 2 or 3 minutes in this game, but looking to come forward here, Juventus again. Ball from, it's poor ball in the end. Danilo's all the way up there trying to help out the side. There's just time is ticking away from them. And, although, as I said, they played really poor tonight, Juventus, they've got the crucial goal that they needed in this match, the away goal that will give them some form of belief when they do go back to their stadium in a few weeks'
Torres
time.
crossed it in. De Jong in the box. Torres crosses it in. And Mori will collect. I'm surprised they've kept Haaland on. He's on a yellow card. Ball it's still Sevilla. Sorry, Josh. Navas crosses the ball in. Akanji heads it. It's to the back post. Shot comes off and collects.
It's all right. We've only got change here. Sergio Oliveira's coming off. Francisco Contentia, which I think is actually, I'm pretty sure, is the son of the manager for Porto. So big moment for him.
They're so shit house.
And then I think Mamadou Lum is coming on as well. CDM, just to reassure this back line, as I think we've got 2 minutes additional, I think. 4 minutes additional.
Yeah, so Sevilla playing very, very well.
By the way, 3-1 City now. Bernardo Silva scored in that game, so
cross
City
comes in!
Dominant again.
And hits, collects, not the most confident. Luke de Jong nearly beating Hummels to the ball. Wow. Sorry, Sevilla have turned it on and Dortmund have sort of not shut off, but sort of rescinded, sat back.
Well, Juve trying to turn it on here now. They've got all the possession in this game. Every man is back for Porto, as deep as they can possibly get them. Chance here, though. Bentancur plays the ball into the path of Morata. Shots deflected. Danilo scoops the ball up. Going to come towards the goal scorer, Chiesa. It gives the ball away in the end. It's from the goal scorer.
Navas now is on the wing. Chan's gone down, clutching his leg. And he's done really well to win the header there, More, as a bunch of players are down in the box. Haaland's gone down now, injured. No, that's Brandt, sorry. You've got Brandt, Chan, and a player down. I think there's 3 players down. I mean, I don't like... Lopetegui is screaming at the referee for stopping the game. I don't think he realises that there's a Sevilla player down in the box. As 3 Sevilla players are getting annoyed. It's Munier and Akanji having words. I think it's Brandt's gone down holding himself. There's Luke de Jong down injured in the box. There was Chan on the other side of the pitch who is down injured.
Massive moment in this game. Massive moment. Alex Sandro swiping out one of the Porto players. It's a free kick in a real good position. If Porto can smack this in at the end of the game, right at the death, and take that 2-goal advantage back, this could be massive for the league and offside.
I'm just seeing this. Luke de Jong's gone down injured. He took a huge knee to the back of the head. And it could have been a penalty by Munier holding him, not given. Chan started running, pulled up, his leg's gone. He's back on his leg, but de Jong's still down, clutching his head. It's not what you want to see.
1 minute and 20 seconds left. If this is put into the back of the net, this could be an absolutely massive moment for Porto. And standing over it, I'm pretty sure, is Matías Uribe, the Colombian. He's going to dink it, but he goes straight down to Szczesny, although he's fumbled it. But he's all right because there's no Porto players there.
Oh!
The referee's going to give a free kick to Juventus.
Never mind. It came up with VAR potential penalty check. Then he said check over. Now the referee is running over to Lopetegui and he's going to yellow card Lopetegui.
Katie asking in the chat, is that not a penalty? What do you think if you even saw it?
Munier hands all over him.
You think it's a penalty?
I think it's a penalty shout for sure. You have to get better looks here, but VAR checked it. Hands were all over him.
Towards Ronaldo. He's gone down. Calling for a penalty. The referee waves it away. No drama here, everyone. It's all right.
Luke de Jong's back up on his feet, which is nice. He took a big knock to the back of the head. And you know, on the whistle's blown, Dortmund you probably would say let off there, but
cleared away.
The 3 goals were enough, and it's full time here in Sevilla. And this was a heated game going in that final 10 minutes.
2 seconds left, and the referee will blow his whistle here as well.
Wow.
No time for Juventus to be able to go and try and get that equalising goal. It's a massive night for Porto. De Ligt is absolutely fuming at the referee right now. He's been swarmed by players saying that he's blown the whistle too early, which the referee is spot on. He's blown it at the right time. But a massive, massive win for Porto. Yes, Juventus, they did get the away goal in the end. But Porto, they have the lead. And Juventus have got some work to do on their own home turf.
You know what? It's going to be some interesting second ties because only 1 goal separate both sides.
And I mean, Rowan, everyone's saying in the chat, controversial. How was that not a penalty? Should it have realistically been potentially 3-3?
I think it definitely should have been looked at. Munier had hands all over de Jong. De Jong's fallen, but Munier does pull him. I think if they give that a longer check, I think it's a penalty, but not given luckily for Dortmund. I don't think de Jong's injury helped. In
that situation, surely they would be saying to the referee, go and check the monitor.
They did. Well, I don't. The thing he checked it, the VAR checked it, and it was a very quick check because Luke de Jong goes down, and then the plays swarm after he's blown the whistle. Plays swarm for a penalty. Goes VAR's checked it. It's not a penalty. It's a very quick decision from VAR. But I don't know whether it was because there were 3 players all down injured, Brandt, Chan, and de Jong. Yeah, he was nowhere near the ball, as KD said.
Yeah, it's an interesting one. Might be one of those that gets talked about in the next few days if you're a Dortmund fan and a Sevilla fan as well. As Kyle put in the chat, we had a little moment here at the end of the game in this one. Ronaldo went down, calling for a penalty. Exactly as what you said, Kyle. You're basically taking the words out of my mouth. Not a penalty, Ronaldo, looking for it. Well done, ref. Spot on there. But what a win tonight for Porto, who get themselves a 2-1 victory. Both goals coming within less than 2 minutes of the beginning of the first and second half. The first goal came from Mediteremi, 70 seconds in. It was a mistake at the back from Bentancur. Tried to pass the ball back to Szczesny. Taremi got the ball, put it in the back of the net. Kale will be delighted with that because, of course, he's an Iranian striker. And then the second goal came 20 seconds into the second half. One long ball hit towards the path of Musa Marega. He's inside the box, takes a really heavy touch, but still puts the ball in the back of the net. And, of course, the important goal that was needed, Federico Chiesa, brilliant finish in the end from the Italian, put the ball in the back of there. And Juventus will go home with some belief that they can get a comeback. Yeah, it's that goal it's that 1 goal cushion helps them. It's the same over here. I mean,
maybe it shouldn't be a 1-goal cushion. Maybe it should be a draw. But it's the final result. Sevilla will have that hope that luckily they're not going to the Signal Iduna Park. They're going somewhere different. It could play into their favour.
Yeah, exactly. And we've been, as you said, potentially neutral venue because we don't necessarily know what's going to happen and where it's going to be played, although you would assume it's going to be maybe in a place like Hungary or something. Sevilla will be licking their lips and thinking, well, we can use that to our advantage. Dortmund haven't got the fans there, and they're not even in their own stadium.
I mean, the final 10 minutes, Sevilla were all over them, and they annoyed Dortmund. It's one thing that I'm worried for in the next half is this sticks in the Dortmund's player's head. It summed up perfectly with Jesus Navas. Sancho loses control of the ball, goes for a throw-in. Navas pushes Sancho away, but then just ignores him. Goes to take the throw, goes to take the free kick quick, and just stares at Sancho while Sancho is talking to him. It's that strong mentality of not letting the players get into head, and unfortunately, Sevilla got to Dortmund's head, and that's where the goal came from.
Exactly, and fair play. Going to be a very interesting game for the second leg. Yeah, Sevilla going to have to come back, of course, with Dortmund having the 3 goals, but that'll be a brilliant, brilliant game to look forward to. So we've got more content still to come on the channel in the next coming days. Don't miss out because we're back live again tomorrow. In fact, Rowan, you'll be live at 5:45 because at 5:55, I don't know why the video's gone that far forward. Let's go backwards a second. There we go. Because Sociedad Man United and Slavia Prague Leicester are the 2 games we're going to cover in with the early Europa League kickoffs. As I said, that's from 5:45. And then at 8 o'clock, you can join me, KL, KD, and the whole Sports Corner team will be live from around about 10 to 8, covering all of the 8 p.m. kickoffs in our live goal show. You don't want to miss out on that. Rowan won't be on it because he'll be back 8 a.m. Friday morning for A-League Live. We had a few issues last week. He'll be back with Adelaide United.
We're back again.
Taking on Central Coast Mariners.
And don't miss out.
Yeah, fingers crossed. Hopefully, you get to watch him this time. And then we'll have the Double Top podcast, of course. That'll be coming soon, episode number 2. I'm going to be recording that. We might have a very special guest potentially for that episode or in episode 3. We've got more Champions League games to come in the next coming days. In terms of the Champions League, we'll be back on Tuesday. Atletico Madrid will be taking on Chelsea and Lazio will be taking on Bayern. I know on that one, KD will be watching the Lazio-Bayern game. Atletico's Chelsea. Who knows who's going to be watching that? We'll have to find out who's going to be joining KD. That is next Tuesday. And then next Wednesday, you'll be able to join me and KL. He's waited till the very last day, but of course, it's his mighty Gladbach taking on Manchester City. That is next Wednesday on the 24th. Both those streams live at 10 to 8. Once again, if you haven't checked out our social media, then please do already. Greatly appreciated. We have our website, which is the sports-corner.com. There are new articles available every single day. A few of the articles that have been put up today includes a feature piece on one of America's new young stars that was wrote by George Oliver earlier this afternoon. And there's also 5 players to look out for in the UCL knockout stages. That was wrote by Kieran L. You can check that out on the sports-corner.com today. You can also look at our social media pages. Our Twitter is at @the_top_corner. And our Instagram is _sportscorner_. You can check out when we go live and when we upload our articles on our 2 social media pages. And finally, once again, if you haven't already, we have a virtual FIFA Sim tournament taking place in the next couple of days. This is a first dibs situation. The Twitter don't know about it yet. So this is your chance to get into this tournament. Apparently, Will's keeping tabs. There are 16 people already putting their names down for this tournament. So do be quick to put your name down because spaces are already going. You get a random team. It's a simulated game, so it'll be the CPU taking part in the match, not you playing the actual games. And the winner will get themselves a cash prize. So if you want to play, put in the comments that you want to play in this tournament, and we'll put your name down because the spaces are going quick.
Yeah.
But as for now, we had 7 goals yesterday. 8 goals tonight. We did one better, Rowan.
We did one better. We won this at the Champions League week this week.
We have indeed. Maybe not the most amazing quality game between Porto and Juventus, but a 5-goal, you could say maybe a little bit of a thriller between Dortmund and Sevilla.
Final 15 for sure, yeah.
Brilliant match overall. A massive thanks to Rowan. Thank you very much. Really appreciate it.
Massive thank you to Josh as well.
Thank you very much indeed. Rowan will be back. Oh, he's there. Rowan will be back tomorrow, 5:45. For Slavia Prague, Leicester.
And obviously United Sociedad, we can't ignore that. Is a great game.
Of course. Going to be interested in that one. See how that goes down. Of course, you'll be hoping that Slavia do well indeed. As Benaldo puts, I hope for 5 goals for Tottenham tomorrow. Let's hope they don't go Pellic's way. But as for now, don't forget to leave a like, subscription if you are new or watching this on the replay. But as we always say, have a fantastic morning, evening, afternoon, wherever you are. And we hope to see you again soon. Good night.